Previously on Fate Stay Night. Oh my god. Yeah, I definitely got the inclination that this chick was a fucking weirdo. Even just from like the 2 seconds we saw her before. Look at the face she's making right now. Look at this. Yeah. And now back to that hell I'm walking into. Hello! NicoB! Back with some more Fate Stay Night. When we last left off. All right, it's enough talking about Rin. Let's go to this sad child who's lost literally everything. World is on fire, death and destruction everywhere. There's nothing worth living for. But thankfully, this nice dude just happens to show up in the hospital, adopts me, and now I got a rich dad and a absolutely fucking massive mansion. What am I supposed to do with all this space? This is Shirou Emiya, and he's a guy who likes to fix things, like literally. In fact, he's got the sweet-ass magical ability to look inside things and see what's wrong with them. You think he might, I don't know, come up with a lot of cooler shit for your anime protagonist to do with his magic, but nope, just gonna fix things. I'm a fucking mechanic. Blasting fireballs on my hand, ha, that's for bitches. I use my magic powers to help me be slightly more efficient in my 9-to-5 job. But he helps folks around school fix things, like the class president, who's his little buddy. He also has this cute purple hair girl, Sakura, literally cooking him food every day. And then this absolutely batshit crazy teacher of his that's just one bad nickname away from potentially killing somebody. Also, he's got this really douchey friend that's the brother of the purple hair girl that for some reason he's friends with. I don't get it. Look at him and his big, dumb, douchey face. But it's a quiet, normal life that's absolutely gonna stay that way for the remainder of time. Ignore the fact that there were 2 days before where we were in Rin's story. Don't worry about that. Also, there's this very strangely dressed little girl that just told me to summon a thing or I'm gonna die. Okay, bye. Like I said, just a normal ass life. That's what this game's gonna be, guys. It's gonna be 200 hours of just living a normal bitch ass, dank ass life, Bobby. Woo yeah, while my purple hair girlfriend cooks me food. And then we got all those H scenes that happen, but not in this version, but we'll get to that. That's the real reason we're playing this game, let's be honest. It's not for any of this excellent writing. No, it's for that sweet, sweet fan service. Which I will say is kind of funny to think about. Like, I'm always saying that there needs to be more making out and sex in video games. But the problem apparently with this game is it makes it too hilarious. Like, apparently it's like really bad. I really am actually looking forward to seeing how bad it is. Because I think it takes a special skill to make, like, I don't even get it. Like, how could you write everything else so well and then the H scenes are like bad? If you can write good characters, why are the H scenes so balls? It's not that much different. It's just the same thing, but with a little more nudity. I guess we'll find out eventually, maybe. Or maybe the person who wrote this just never actually touched another person. I don't know. At the time of making the game. Oh yes, you guys did tell me, by the way. So Shirou actually does have voice acting, but for whatever reason, the game mutes it by default. So let me turn that on. It's interesting. You can, yeah, so you can, what the fuck? So you can actually mute individual characters down here, which is pretty cool. Which is actually kind of neat. Does this spoil any? Oh, I don't want to look at anything actually down there. All right, let's just. All right, mute. Weird. I wonder why they do that. Apparently it's only in the remastered version of this game that does this. I guess maybe the point was to make you feel like you're the protagonist or something. Like, I guess, but it is kind of weird. I was told that apparently the voice actor for this game, for Emiya, is Ashida's voice actor, which is awesome because I love him. Actually, the hell? It's not working. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I gotta, yeah. That is absolutely Shida. Yeah, that is definitely Ashida's voice. Cool. All right, I think the voice I gave him is pretty good because he is pretty protagonisty. Let's be honest. He just wants to help people. He's the hero of justice. I also asked you guys about the how bad endings are handled in this game, and someone who did a good job of explaining it was Sleepy Duo 38, who last episode said, "Fate Stay Night bad ends usually range from 1 minute to 5 minutes of reading time. Please do them. They are totally worth your time." Okay. That's not that bad. I was just like worried that it might be like something super extensive. Like you're just like, I don't mind having bad endings necessarily, but it sucks when like, I hate when you get like an ending and it's just like, you're like, oh my God, please just let it end. And it's just terrible. It's just going and going, and you're like, fuck, just go. I get it. I fucked up. Those always tilt the shit out of me. But it's just like, you fucked up and you're dead, and it's like, or you slipped on a banana peel and snapped your spine or some shit. It's like, and then it goes to credits or jumps back, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't know if I'm immediately going to seek them out. I think I'm just going to play through the game like normally without really any specific goal in mind and just kind of play it by ear. But then if there's like bad endings before, I can hop back. I'm not doing this with a guide like I have to do this one or whatever. Apparently the game's pretty linear anyway. Like apparently the way the game is structured is that there are 3 routes in the game, but I can't do any of the routes out of order. They're all just like this route and then this route and then this. You have to beat the first route to even get the next route, which I'll be honest, I actually really glad that that's that way, because that means they are trying to tell a narrative, right? It's not just like, okay, you choose how you want the game to end. The game essentially has like what I assume is like the true ending, right? They're building to something. If it was just like 3 routes and it's like, well, you take your pick and you just choose when you want the game to end, you know? And it's like, no, I kind of prefer when you get to, I like the final thing to be like, all right, maybe you've done a few routes and then it unlocks the true ending route. So it's the thing that you always finish last. But not like you just pick one of these 3 or something to be your ending or your final ending. I want it to feel like I'm building to something. So, but Sleepy Duo, thank you so much for your incredibly helpful comment. I'll definitely check out all the bad endings. And is that reason you are comment of the day? But yeah, you guys did also talk about apparently Shirou is very beloved, which is cool. It definitely seems like he's going to have a very vested interest in this Holy Grail War. I assume he must know something about it if he's at least sort of versed in magic, and also the fact that he lost everything from the last Holy Grail War. At least that's the insinuation I'm getting. Unless he's like has no idea what any of that shit is. But it's starting to make sense to me how he could potentially summon a servant, right? And I think because Rin gives him so much magic power, that's how he's able to get like such a powerful one. But okay. We're back here. It's funny in the flow chart here. It's like, it says I got 4 choices, but I only see 3 here. What should I do? There's still time before my evening training. I guess I'll walk Sakura home. Oh yeah, you guys also mentioned it, and I've done this before. It's not Fuji Ni, it's Fuji Ne. Ni is N-I-I. And N-E-E is Ne. So Fuji Ne. I'll rest. Do 2 interesting things or just go to sleep. And I go, fuck. Sakura. I haven't thanked Sakura for cooking dinner yet, so I should talk to Sakura. It's getting late, so I should walk her home. How far away does she live? It seems like kind of everything here is conveniently relatively close, at least. Sakura just finished cleaning up, and she's in the living room getting ready to go home.
Oh, Senpai, I thought you were taking your bath.
I'll take my bath later, after I walk you home.
You're going to walk me home?
Yeah, it's been dangerous at night lately, so I'll walk you home. Your house is a pretty long walk, so let me at least do this, so just go out of your way to come here. Yeah, so like something like this, right? It seems like I don't have to worry too much like, well, I guess maybe unless it leads to immediately to a bad ending, but I'm not gonna have like a route where, well, I didn't walk Sakura home and now she ended up going out and dying, right? And I have to go through a whole route of just being fucking depressed all the time because, god damn it, why didn't I just walk her home when I heard about all the demons and all the horrible shit that was out there? The fuck is wrong with me? And it's mostly just like, if that did happen, it probably would just lead to a bad ending. So that's good. Sakura purses her lips awkwardly. Did I say something wrong?
I'm sorry. I appreciate your concern, but you should rest. I know my way home from here. I should be fine alone.
Maybe so. It really hasn't been safe recently. I'll walk you home at night for a while. So I'm wondering if she's gonna end up being one of the masters too. It seems like she probably is, but the thing that sort of threw me off is that the guy who I said looked like Gilgamesh that was hanging out with her, Rin and Archer didn't sense that was a servant, which is weird to me. Like, it seems like they would? It was just some random dude. So like, part of me is like, well, maybe she's like super capable, which is why she doesn't feel the need to be protected, but I don't know. I'm just kind of weird. If he wasn't a servant, then who was he? Or why couldn't they have sensed it?
Well, it would cause trouble for you if my brother sees you.
Ah. I forgot. Sakura's older brother Shinji doesn't really like Sakura coming over to my place. Well, sure that's stopping her, right? I can't say much because Sakura says she goes to Fujine's house, but me taking her home might cause problems. Oh, I see, okay. Oh, he doesn't know. I don't care if Shinji accuses me of something I didn't actually do, but I don't want him taking it out on Sakura. But it wouldn't be a problem if I only walked you halfway, right? There's no way we'll see Shinji at the intersection. Sakura is uncomfortably silent. Knowing Sakura, she probably couldn't even lie about the fact that I walked her home. Hey, then how about...
Want me to walk her home?
An English teacher wearing tiger stripes suddenly pokes her head through the door. Ah! That really doesn't fix anything. My concern is that a girl's walking alone at night, so adding another girl would be... Wait a minute. Calling Fujine a girl may be a bit of a misnomer. There's a reason Fujine is the teacher in charge of the Kyudo Club. She was trained by old man Fujimura in Kendo, and her 5th rank designation makes her deadly, literally and figuratively. Also, she can literally transform into a fucking tiger and eat people. I guess it wouldn't be a problem if you went, Fujine. Yeah, I bet you could beat the crap out of any perverts who might try to strike.
Of course I can, and that's why walking Sakura home is not a problem. Are you good with it, Sakura?
Oh, funny, this one's not in quotes. Is it her talking? She is talking. It's not in quotes for whatever reason.
Yes, as long as it's okay with you. That settles it. Let's get going. I was just thinking I should go home too.
Fujine takes Sakura's hand and starts to leave. Oh, hold on a minute, Sakura.
What is this, senpai?
Dinner was good. Thank you. A little confused face is funny.
Of course. As long as you don't mind, I'll keep working on my cooking, senpai.
Sakura beams and leaves the living room. I can tell my cheeks are burning red. Honestly, Sakura takes me by surprise a lot lately. It's perplexing. Damn it. Damn these hormones. Time sure flies. Not so long ago, she was just my friend's little sister. Now I find sometimes I can't quite look away from her. I'm so fucking pathetic, God. I'm gonna go to my room and jerk off now. I've always thought of Sakura as being like family, but I can't seem to readily accept this change. Ah, the classic trope. She was just my little sister to her, like a little sister to me. Not anymore, bitch. Now suddenly she's fucking hot to you. And that is how my day ends. Just before midnight, Shirou Emiya must perform the daily routine of utilizing magecraft. I cross my legs, take my position, and regulate my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and turn my focus inward. Trace on. I mutter the familiar incantation, as if putting myself in a spell. No, this is kind of hypnosis. With no magic crest and no magical knowledge, the incantation I mutter is really just a way to focus myself and change my body. Typically, humans do not have any lines which allow magical energy to pass through their body. To temporarily change my body to create a pseudo version of the lines, I need enough concentration to unify my entire physical and nervous systems. And so this is kind of like what Rin was doing, right? Like the same idea. So he does shit like that too, okay. Magecraft is a battle with yourself. For example, I insert a burning steel rod into my backbone. What? The steel rod itself is the one and only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. Wait, what? Like, are you describing metaphorically or literally? I insert a burning steel rod into my back. What do you do, jam it up your ass? By passing this deep within my body and connecting it to my other nerves, I can finally be a mage. Just jam that shit right in there. Oh, God, fuck. This is no... He's like, no, bitch. This ain't a metaphor, Nico. Oh, fuck. It's like the game's talking to me. This is not a metaphor. And if you look closely, a series of metal rods, which cannot normally be seen or touched, pierce my backbone. What? I'm a goddamn magician, okay? This is magic. This is also one of the 8 scenes right here. In the 8 scenes, we go into deep detail of how I insert the rod into me. Get it real deep in there. All the way up, out my fucking mouth. Ah! Shirou Emiya was a mage. He was a true mage who disciplined himself on a wide variety of mystics, plumbed the deeper secrets of the world and its workings, and even performed miracles. And as a young child, I admired Shirou and begged him to teach me magecraft. But you can't just become a mage. You have to be born with talent and inherit a tremendous amount of knowledge. I obviously never had that inborn talent, and Shirou never imparted any knowledge about magecraft to me. I was told it wasn't necessary for me, something like that. I still don't understand what he meant by that, but it didn't matter to me as a child. I always thought learning magecraft would bring me that much closer to being like Shirou. I was blessed neither with talent, that is, an abundance of magic circuits within me, nor was generations of magecraft knowledge handed down to me. The magecraft Shirou possessed, the magic crest passed down from the Emiya family, can only be passed on to a blood relative. Oh. A magic crest, which is proof one is a mage, rejects any not blood related. As an adopted son, I could not receive the Emiya family's crest. Oh, that sucks. Then again, since I honestly don't have any idea what the hell a magic crest even is, it doesn't matter much whether I have one or not. It's just a matter of gaining the ability. If I want to be a mage, I just have to learn magecraft that suits the traits that I do have. Magecraft is, taken to its extreme, a skill supposedly meant to release magical energy. You could say that magical energy is a life force. Magical energy is separated into 2 sources: mana, which comes from the world's atmosphere, and Ode? That's I don't think I've ever seen it. I think it's spelled that way. Maybe it ended with an E, be Ode, and another D would be odd. I'm gonna go with odd. And odd, which is created within living creatures. Obviously, mana, which comes from the world itself, is superior to odd. The sheer power of the world's mana is simply not even comparable to the odd one human can create. No matter the form it takes, magecraft utilizing mana will always surpass anything created from an individual's odd. So a powerful mage is one who excels at drawing magical energy from the world. It's a lot like a filtration system. A mage will use their own body's circuits to draw mana from outside and convert it into something usable. Mages call the circuits they use to accomplish this magic circuits. This is the inborn talent part. The number of magic circuits one has is determined at the moment of birth. Typically, humans have hardly any magic circuits. They're normally quite rare. That's why mages will spend generations trying to ensure their descendants have a body more suitable for magic. Some families even go as far as to practice selective breeding in order to increase the number of magic circuits in their children. Ugh. Yeah, it's like arranged marriage and stuff. Hopefully it doesn't lead to like inbreeding. And since I was raised in a normal family, I never had a chance of having much in the way of magic circuits. I'm just gonna jam that shit in me. That left me only one option. According to Shirou, everyone is well suited to one specific form of magecraft. He also says something about drawing out magical energy based on the person's origin, but I never quite understood that part. What I do understand is that even someone like me can use at least one form of magecraft. If I can do that, then maybe I can be like Shirou. And that's why I've only learned this one magecraft. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Shirou took me on as his disciple, though. He never seemed happy about it. It seems to me like maybe he was worried that Shirou would want to like participate in his own Holy Grail War or something. Maybe. Because of his, the fact that shit also like fucked up his life. So maybe Shirou would want to take it back in some way by participating in the next one. Listen, Shirou. Learning magecraft means leaving behind common sense. You die when the end comes for you, and you kill when you must. Life isn't at the core of what we do. Death is. Magecraft is walking the path of self-destruction. I guess I knew no fear as a child. Kiritsugu smiled bitterly, placing a hand atop my head as I nodded enthusiastically. What I'm about to teach you is the sort of thing that could cause conflict. So you should never use it in front of anyone, and should never forget your training, because it's difficult. Then again, you don't really need to follow it either. The most important thing is that you always remember that Magecraft is to be used for others, and not for yourself. And that would make you simply a user of Magecraft, rather than a mage. I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to be a mage. But I didn't care about that. I admired Kiritsugu, not mages. As long as I can be the sort of person who lives to help others, like Kiritsugu on that day of fire and nightmare. Got distracted. All this exposition to myself. I feel the uncomfortable sensation of the iron rod in my backbone moving where it shouldn't. Ew! Really? So how are you doing that? How are you seriously, where are you inserting it? You have a hole in your back? Losing control of my breathing now would be fatal. The pseudo-magic circuits would overwhelm my body and shred it to pieces. And that would be the end of me. Shirou Emiya would simply be a novice who died because he failed in an elementary step. I grit my teeth and try to recover my connection. After pain like walking through a storm of needles, the iron rod finally sinks deep within my body and fuses with me. I've been working on this for a little over an hour, and after all that time, I'm finally able to create one pseudo-circuit. A circuit capable of creating magical energy using my own self. Basic structure. Analyze. All that's left is to allow the magical energy to flow naturally. Shirou Emiya is no mage. He's just a user of Magecraft who can only create magical energy within his body and channel it into objects. And that's why I can only do one thing with this Magecraft, which is composition. Analyze. Enhancing objects. It's just strengthening Magecraft, where I apprehend an object's structure and channel magical energy to temporarily reinforce his abilities. Huh. So make a knife sharper? Or a pot sturdier? Or a brick brickier? Or something? Basic structure. Alter. I hold a broken iron pipe. I pass magical energy through it to execute the most basic Magecraft, to enhance its durability. Passing magical energy into something other than yourself is like mixing poison. My blood is a far cry from the blood of an iron pipe. Forcing an entirely different sort of blood through an object may well destroy it rather than enhance it. To prevent that from happening, I need to properly understand an object's structure and pass magical energy into it between the small vacant spaces. He's going a lot of detail about it. Composition. Reinforce. This may be easy for a skilled mage, but since I have a hard time generating magical energy in the first place, even a task like this is as difficult as shooting an arrow and hitting a target several hundred meters from you. A typical archery target is 28 meters away, so it goes without saying how hard it would be to hit a target at 10 times that distance. My body temperature suddenly plummets. The fiery pillar passing thorough. There are some typos in this, though, I will say. Not a ton, but I am noticing a few things. The fiery pillar passing through my backbone disappears, and my lungs seize in desperate need of oxygen. My back arches in an effort to keep me from passing out. Damn, I failed again. The iron pipe is unchanged. The magical energy I passed into it appears to have dispersed. Damn, adding to something that already has a set form is hard. What I'm attempting to do is like adding an extra brushwork to a completed work of art. Adding something extra to a completed object raises the risk of compromising the object's integrity. The paintbrush, hoping to improve, may actually devalue the work instead. Which is why, despite its simplicity, strengthening magecraft is so difficult, and not many mages willingly use it. And it's not that I chose this, but it's really all I can do. It would be much easier if I could make something from shapeless clay, but a substitute that just recreates its form is all show and no substance. Which explains all the junk around. Whenever I fail at strengthening magecraft, I try to make substitute objects to practice and calm down on, but they all end up empty. I can visualize the structure of an object easily, and I can recreate something very similar, but it's hollow, and obviously doesn't function at all. He does it as a way to decompress. He's like, well, I fucked up again. I guess I'm just gonna make another pot. I wipe the sweat off my brow. I realize I'm absolutely dripping with sweat. If this is as bad as it got, I should consider myself lucky. But what happened earlier was really bad. Had I taken even a second longer to recover, my internal organs would probably be mush about now. Ugh. That doesn't sound worth it at all, Emiya. If only pushing myself to the brink of death helped me improve, there'd be some hope here. But nothing comes that easily. At the same time, fear of death will stand in the way of improving my magecraft. Learning magecraft means courting death at every turn. Even rudimentary, everyday magecraft can spin wildly out of control from a single mistake, ending the caster's life. The very first thing a mage must do is resolve to accept death. Kiritsugu always looked sad whenever he brought that up. Maybe it was his way of saying that he didn't want me getting into any of this. Saving one person means not saving someone else. Being a hero of justice means you need to be an extremely egocentric person. That was always his line. Kiritsugu always said that whenever I mentioned wanting to be like him. I still don't know what he meant by that. All I'm certain of is that I want to save people, to be a hero of justice, like Kiritsugu Emiya. Being a hero of justice means you need to be an extremely egocentric person. Saving one person means not saving someone else? I guess it means like, well, you have to choose, right? Because you will not be able to save everybody. So you have to have like, you have to be willing to accept that you're gonna let somebody else die, I guess. But I can't even manage the basics. I'm such an idiot for letting myself get distracted at the most crucial moment. It's not even enough for me to just grasp at the object's structure visually. A skilled mage would be able to focus only on the crucial areas and efficiently channel magical energy. My dream is to become a hero of justice. I remember what Fujine mentioned at dinner. I never really thought of that goal as embarrassing or impossible. That Shirou Emiya will succeed Kiritsugu Emiya has already been decided. That's why I've been doing everything I can despite how sorely I lack in experience. I don't know exactly what it means to be a hero of justice, but because I don't know, I've trained myself to the best of my abilities in hopes I'll be useful to somebody. I haven't taken my eye off that goal these past 5 years, but whenever things go wrong like this, I start to have doubts. I just don't get it, old man. What the hell do I have to do to become a hero of justice? I look up at the sky through a window. It's not just about being good or for someone out of the blue. Saving someone and being a hero of justice are two different things. I know that. But what do I have to do to differentiate them? I've yet to understand that crucial concept of the past 5 years. Wait, what? Saving someone and being a hero of justice is different? I don't understand that either. What are you talking about? And then like, isn't that just being a hero? Be a hero. Save people. Yeah? No? Am I a dumb bitch? Okay. So keep on going then. Day 2. Oh, actually, no, oh, no, okay, we are. I was like, are we like, I said 2 days behind. No, it was, okay, no, it is. Back to February 1st. I think we ended on February 2nd. Awake to darkness. I guess I'm not much for dreaming. Unless something big happens, I always have the same dream anyway. 6. I always envision a sword. Oh, really? I have no idea why, but that's the only thing that pops into my head. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Damn, is this dude just like waiting to summon some shit? Perhaps this is what defines me as well. Me, as Shirou Emiya. I don't have any dreams of my own. The only things on my mind while I sleep are what others taught me long ago. For example, on how to be a mage. Even if I'm not a full-fledged mage, it's only natural for a mage to be aware of the world they're in. Put simply, a mage is an irregular, an outcast from society. But even outcasts need to band together to survive. My old man told me there's a society of mages called a Mages Association. He also told me I shouldn't ever get involved with them. The Mages Association is said to conceal the existence of magecraft and manage mages. The Mages Association watches over mages and makes sure their magecraft doesn't affect society. But the strange thing is that they don't really prohibit mages from abusing magecraft either. Were these guys in Face Samurai Remnant? Was there like a society of these dudes? It was more just like a bunch of warriors. I don't know if I remember anyone being like, so it sounds like the Soul Society, you know? Full of Shinigami, making sure you're not out there doing all this dank shit. Being a substitute or whatever. That all sounds a bit like Harry Potter too. Don't want those dirty muggles knowing all the cool magic shit we can do. And how much more convenient their lives could be with it. According to Kiritsugu, the Mages Association is only interested in concealing mystics. Even if, say, a mage carried out an experiment that sacrificed, let's say, a lot of citizens, the association wouldn't punish them. Oh. Their priorities are expressly in preventing the public from becoming aware of magecraft, which does not mean magecraft is completely banned. They're like, go to town, brother. You want to fucking nuke a whole nation? Have at it, man. Just don't let anyone know you're a mad magician, okay? I swear to fuck. Honestly, anything goes as long as the truth doesn't come out. At least that seems to be how that insane bunch conducts themselves. Whatever it is, the Mages Association's surveillance is absolute. Typical magecraft research sacrifices the lives of ordinary humans, which in turn risks revealing the existence of magecraft to the world. So it's kind of like what was going on with Rin, whoever would put the shit on the school roof, right? So that person could just nuke that whole school and like feed them to their servant and they wouldn't be punished by the Mages Association. As such, the Mages Association doesn't permit research that would harm society. Ultimately, mages conduct their research in their privacy of their homes while the world is none the wiser. So, mages sometimes go into hiding to escape the association's scrutiny and oversight. I mean, that's like, all things considered, that's pretty like kind of lax. Like, listen, your oversight, man. You can't be out here researching things, okay? I mean, murder and shit, that's completely fine, but research? No, can't do anything and possibly risk anybody understanding or like revealing what you do. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you're much more likely in the murdering of a bunch of people to get found out by the people you didn't murder that happened to be watching at the time. I'm just saying. And that seems like something you'd also maybe want to prevent for the same exact reason. So there may be some mages living in this town, and I just don't know it. Oh, you have no idea. I also hear Fuyuki is a spiritual hotspot of sorts. That probably means there's some prestigious mage with a storied history living here. They're called second owners, elite mages the association entrusts to watch over territory. Really? Other mages who live in the same area must visit these second owners first to get permission to build their workshops. Like an oversight guy? My old man was an outlaw who cut ties with the association and moved here without the consent of Fuyuki's second owner. Ooh. So in a way, our family is a bunch of trespassers living in a house without permission from the landlord. Which means the second owner doesn't know that Kiritsugu Emiya was a mage. So I tend to feel like our family's status as mages is kind of unclear. But then my old man, the bona fide mage, died. And even though I'm his disciple and son, I don't know a thing about the Mages Association. I have no real knowledge about being a mage. I have a feeling the association would want to dispose of someone like me, but they haven't made any sort of move. Apparently, the Mages Association doesn't have many eyes in Japan, so that's probably why I haven't been found yet. But that doesn't mean I can let my guard down. The eyes of the Mages Association are said to be everywhere, and if someone commits a crime using magecraft, the church's heretic hunters will make their move. Kevin! Using magecraft, however half-assed you may be about it, makes you enemies. So with all that in mind, I honestly just want to study being a mage on my own. I'm so confused how I inserted that rod in me. Did I like fuse it into my back and then it came out, but it didn't make me bleed? Or did I just really just jam that shit right in there? Right up the butt. I have so many questions. Huh? I wake up as the sunlight starts to pour in through the window. Looks like the sun's just now coming up. It's still dark out. It's cold. Waking up in the morning is getting tough. I get up, try not to let the morning cold discourage me, and quickly fold up my futon. It's 5:30. I've always been an early riser, no matter how late I go to bed. I might mess up once in a while, like yesterday, but that's rare. Okay, breakfast. I let Sakura do all the work yesterday, so it would look kind of bad if I didn't return the favor this morning. I should hurry up and finish making breakfast before Sakura comes. I cook rice and make miso soup. Yesterday the soup had daikon radish and carrots, so I'm making onion and potato miso soup today. I make the egg omelet and use the leftover konnyaku to simmer it with bonito flakes. I make incisions into the sari fish, which will be the main dish, and sprinkle it with a little salt. All I have to do is boil it, but that can wait until the last minute. Okay, that'll do. It's almost 6. I finished earlier than expected, so I have some time on my hands. So what should I do with this extra time? Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna fucking do. No choice? Guess I'll work up a quick sweat if I have so much time. Morning exercise, okay. It really seemed like I was about to get a choice there, but all right. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. And you have no choice. You're gonna sit there and watch me do it. Okay, fuck. Morning exercise is my daily routine, so I might as well do some light up workouts. Time to do some calisthenics. Or go start kicking. The hushed atmosphere of an empty dojo encourages one to focus. Do I just have like a dojo in my fucking mansion too? Cool. And in the morning, just as the sun rises, its serenity makes the mood even more sacred, enthralling whoever visits the site. Anyway, there's only one thing I do here. Ever since my old man died, the dojo has turned into just a gym to train my body. Training to be a mage means I can't neglect training my body. One of the conditions of being a mage is maintaining yourself at physical peak. So fucking be doing like 1 billion push-ups and pull-ups and stuff, getting buff as shit. Protein, I need more protein. When Kiritsugu was still alive, he and I sparred often. Well, more that he just kicked my ass every time, so I never really learned how to win myself. Take this, bitch! But at least I learned the difference between a fight and a battle. In other words, I learned the difference between killing and being an opponent, and how to conduct myself in each situation. Knowledge and experience are different. Without the knowledge to know the difference, it's hard to tell if you've gotten yourself into a fight or a massacre. It's as simple as that. Learning magecraft means that there's a risk of perishing on your own, as well as the risk of having to fight. And to mages, that means killing each other. That's why Kiritsugu wanted to teach me that I must always be ready to face death. But the person reminding me of that lesson is long gone. So the only thing I can do alone is some simple exercises. Guess I better get on with it. After I stretch to warm up, I focus on my inner strength and begin my exercises. Focus. As I train my body, I assess how my magic circuits affect my blood flow. My skeletal frame's creaking, the fatigue I feel, and how much that all distracts my thoughts. 120. 150. 170. I feel like you're skipping a few numbers there, Shirou. Even simple push-ups can train my magic circuits as long as I focus on my mental state, rather than putting physical weights on my body. With no proper mentor teaching me magecraft, morning training is no different than what most sports clubs do, and they have become very important for me. Ah!
Good morning, Senpai.
Where'd you come from?
Did you finish preparing breakfast already?
Yeah, it's all done. All that's left to do is to set the dishes and grill the fish.
Oh, I'll help. Leave the dishes to me.
Sakura is clearly eager in her reply. And coming in behind the ever-dependable Sakura. Oh my god, oh Jesus Christ!
I smell Shirou's omelet. So he handled breakfast this morning, huh?
Fujine casually heads to the table. Well, let's just ignore it for now. I need to grill that prepared fish. Sakura, use the middle set of plates. The food will look better on those.
The plates with bumps on the surface?
Yeah, those. Grilled meats tend to not look good if you don't plate them well. And I've already graded the daikon. Sakura reaches far to take out the plates. As she reaches out, I think I see a faint bruise on the back of her hand. Sakura, hold on a minute. What is that? What did you do?
Yes? What is it?
What's that bruise on your hand?
Oh.
She averts her eyes, looking uneasy. Her reaction makes how she got the bruise clear. What the fuck?
What the fuck? What is going on?
Is it Shinji again? I can't believe he beats his own sister. What? Whoa. Whoa. What? I'm sorry, huh? This dude's your friend? Are you still describing him as your friend? He's like the biggest douche ever and he's over here beating his sister? What? And why are we casual about this?
That's not it, senpai. Well, I got this when I fell. You know how clumsy I am. It's why I'm always falling and getting myself hurt.
How stupid do you think I am? Nobody gets bruises like that from just falling. Seems like Shinji needs some sense smacked into him. I'll slap the shit out of that boy. I don't know. Maybe they're not friends anymore and he was just like saying they used to be or something. I don't What the hell? Okay, no, he's just a real big piece of shit.
No, senpai. My brother has nothing to do with this. I just hurt myself. So there's no need for you to be angry for me.
Sakura falls silent. Sakura may seem docile, but she's surprisingly stubborn. There's no use saying anything to her now. Fine. If you say so. I'll leave it at that.
Yes, I'm sorry, senpai.
Why are you apologizing? Shinji's the one in the wrong. The moment I say Shinji's name, Sakura awkwardly looks away. Fuck, so sorry. I'm absolutely floored by that. I'm like, what? God, I keep...
Yeah, Shinji, what is up with you, man? How can you beat your sister, dude? That's just not cool, okay? That's just not cool, okay? That's mondo uncool. I'm definitely not going to be hanging out with you nearly as much.
It's like, should we I don't know, call the police or something? Also, just not call him a friend? It can only mean he is the cause of the bruise on her hand. Shinji Mato has a bad habit of treating his younger sister like crap. I noticed it about a year ago. Every now and then, I'd see Sakura injured, and she always made excuses when I asked what happened. When I asked Shinji about it, he revealed to my shock that he'd been the one who had... What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm laughing at the absurdity of this.
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I just beat the shit out of my sister. What's wrong, bitch? You got something to say about it? Got a problem with it, motherfucker?
What? Feel my shock they've been the one who hit Sakura. I asked why, and he told me it was because she does something he hadn't liked. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I got pretty pissed off. So I did to Shinji what he'd done to Sakura. Nice. We haven't been on great terms since then. Ah, okay. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I don't think he described him as like, he used to be my friend or an ex-friend or something before. I don't think. It seemed like he was saying in like present tense when describing like my younger sister, my friend's younger sister. But it seemed like he should be like my ex-friend. But maybe Shirou's just a weirdo and he's like,
but I don't know. We can still make up for it.
We can still get back on good terms. No, dude, no. There's no going back from that. When somebody does that to somebody like that, you cut them off and you get away from them and call the police or something. After you fucking beat their ass again.
Senpai, have you made up with my brother?
Huh? Yeah, sure. We never fought in the first place, so there's not much call for making up.
Well, that may be how you see it, but my brother doesn't see it the same way. He thinks you're still fighting, so you should be careful.
Huh? What Sakura says strikes me as odd. Be careful? Of Shinji.
Yes, he's angry with you. And I hear he was the very reason why you quit the club.
I assume Shinji's gonna have a magic powers and a servant too, right? He's gonna come after me with his dumb bullshit. He's gonna be the first one I murder, dude. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Shinji had nothing to do with me quitting. Well, he might have been a factor, but it's nothing that you should worry about. And Shinji's right. This is a little unsightly. I point at my left shoulder. There's a little scar there. It happened about 1.5 years ago. Something fell on me during one of my jobs, injuring my left shoulder. I ended up with just a broken bone, but I also came away with a burn in my shoulder. After the accident, I quit the Kyudo club. Our school's Kyudo club, out of respect for formalities, allows students to perform sacred shooting rituals. Male students participating in this expose their left shoulder. Should you point out that it may be disrespectful for someone performing a sacred shot to expose a scar? And since I was getting busy with my various jobs, I decided to quit the club.
Yeah, man. Nobody wants to see your dank ass shoulder, Shirou, you dumb bitch.
The more I'm getting to learn about Shinji, I just want to start gravitating.
You should start getting the Yakuza thug voice, what he deserves, all right? That's how much of a baby little bitch you are.
I'm not really going to do that, but
in my head, as I'm making shit up.
Senpai, I may ask this often, but are you never going to shoot again? Miss Fujimura said your injury shouldn't affect your performance.
Fujine would say that even if I'd broken every bone in my body.
Senpai, I'm being serious.
I know I should give her a serious answer, but unfortunately I can't give Sakura the answer she's looking for. I don't have time to do club activities. I like Kyudo, but it's not something I should prioritize. So I think I'll give it a rest for a while.
How long is a while?
However long I feel like. Or maybe until it's time for you to graduate. I'm looking forward to having you look after me then, Sakura. I passed Sakura's shoulder.
Oh, okay. I'll be waiting when that time comes.
She nods so violently. It looks like she might drop the plates. Like you did that to just get her distracted. It's almost 7:30. Sakura and Fujine have long since left the house for their morning club activities. I went to school early yesterday because Issei asked me to, but I leave the house at the usual time today. I noticed something strange as I walked down the hill towards the intersection. What the fuck is that? Is my car alarm going off? Several police cars are parked in front of a house. Something must have happened. Since a crowd has gathered, there are easily 20 people watching. Huh? I'm curious, but the mass of people prevents me from finding out what's happening. I don't have much time, so I should hurry to school. Probably find out later. Somebody's going to talk about this. I make it to school 10 minutes before the first bell. As I cross through the gate with plenty of time as usual. Hey, morning, Emiya. Who is it?
Hiya, bitch!
I run into a familiar student. I had a feeling it was her. You haven't even changed yet, Mitsuzuri? Homer's about to start. We don't have time to say hi to me.
You're absolutely right. Matter of fact, as always, Emiya.
I don't know what's so funny, but she laughs heartily, not caring about her surroundings. This is Ayako Mitsuzuri. She's been a classmate of mine since we were first years, and she's currently the captain of the Kyudo Club. She's an unbelievably insightful person, and it was expected that she would be the team's next captain since her first year with them. Mitsuzuri is a precocious sort, and people have always had high hopes for her, and even leaned on her, ever since she was a first year. Then again, she gets mad whenever someone mentions that in front of her, claiming she doesn't look as old as people think.
Huh? Were you just thinking something bad about me? Bitch, I will fucking gut you!
I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you want to get angry about it, that's your call.
You're expositing about me to your imaginary friend, aren't you? Don't you dare lie to me! You don't say. That may be your honest answer, but you never say out loud what's really in that head of yours. Because unlike Shinji, you never let your true self show.
Shinji? What's he got to do with this?
No matter how much either of you protest, you and Shinji are friends. You're his only male friend. And let me remind you that I'm the captain of the Kyudo Club. Isn't it only natural for me to associate our club's troublemaker with our formal troublemaker?
I guess. The Kyudo Club's got nothing to do with it, but he and I go back a long way. It's funny, we're getting indications that Shirou has, like, no matter how much you may put on a face, you're a bit more. It sounds like people are suggesting that he is a bit of a hothead secretly. Like, he's just not as obvious about it, which Shinji is like a very obvious hothead, right? And maybe also Shirou has a bit of an ego himself. It's like, I'm in his perspective right now, and it doesn't seem like he does, right? And like everything seems like he's pretty nice. I think that's what his old man was trying to tell him, was that the idea of being a hero justice, like proclaiming that you're a hero justice, does require a sort of level of ego, right? Of like, I'm the greatest motherfucking hero of time. I'm gonna save everybody, right? It's gotta be me that does it.
Ha! I see you just got ticked off. You always get frosty when the Kyudo Club gets mentioned. You sure had some guts quitting and leaving Shinji behind, you know? Did you not consider how the other people you left behind might feel? Like Sakura and me?
What? Did Shinji do something bad again?
We never have a day he doesn't do something. But he might have gone a bit too far yesterday. He made a first-year guy quit.
Mitsuzuri sighs gravely. Seeing her look so serious is rare to begin with, but the rest of her story is particularly alarming. What the heck? Why'd he quit?
Shinji took his anger out on him. He gathered all the female members and made the first year, who barely learned how to handle a bow, shoot his bow until he hits the target. Shinji mocked him the whole time.
What? How could you let something like that happen?
I would never let that happen, but a captain's got a lot to do, you know? You know very well that I don't live in the dojo.
Well, yeah. What the hell was Shinji thinking? He may be harsher than the others. He's not the type to make someone into a spectacle. I don't know, man. He's someone who beats his sister. I think he's capable of a lot of things.
Listen to you. You're something, Emiya.
What do you mean by that? You just thinking something bad about me?
I wouldn't dare. Just making an observation. If you want to get angry about it, that's your call.
Why you? Using my own words against me? Fine. So what's gotten to Shinji? Why'd he do that?
Heard Tasaka shot him down pretty brutally.
Yeah, Tasaka? You mean that Tasaka?
Do you know any other Tasakas in this school? The second-year honor student in Class A, Miss Perfect, Rin Tasaka.
That's the first time I've heard that nickname. But it fits. So surprised Shinji got rejected. And knowing Tasaka, she probably had some pretty harsh insults to go with the rejection.
Anyway, she's been acting out since yesterday. And that's why I've had to watch him like a hawk at the dojo till now.
Shinji does have a low tolerance for some things. I know it might be tough, but good luck, Mitsuzuri.
Yeah. But you know how Shinji never lets go of anything. I'm just afraid he might really do something bad the next time he asks Tasaka and gets rejected again.
No, even Shinji wouldn't go near someone who just rejected him. He's good about that sort of thing.
But what if the person who turned him down comes near him instead? I don't know why, but Tasaka swings by the dojo to come watch. Well, you quit, so you probably don't know that.
Huh? That's news to me. Rin Tasaka doesn't participate in any club activities because her family forbids it or something. She even turned down nominations to be a member of the student council. So I always thought she went straight home after school.
I guess this isn't horrible once in a while. You always acted high and mighty, so it might be good for him to struggle for once. Sorry, but not sorry.
Mitsuzuri has a weird way of looking at this. Now that I think about it, they say that Rin Tasaka has a lot of enemies. I wonder if Mitsuzuri is one of them too. Hey Mitsuzuri, that's kind of cruel even for you.
It's almost time. See you later, Emiya. You should swing by to see my bow work next time.
Mizuzuri hastily runs off. Classic Mizuzuri. I never minded just how forthright she always is. I feel a bit more at ease and head towards the classroom. So I think this is the day that, is it? Is this no, actually no. It's gonna be a few more days until, he gets fucked up. Yeah, it's gonna be like it's gonna be the evening of the 1st. And then it goes into the 2nd, right? And then, because that night is when they're like, she gets fucked up and then it seemingly summons his servant. So the battle with Lancer is not today. So Rin has already, I believe, gotten Archer at this point. And then they spend, I think, today just kind of like inspecting things, I believe. It's lunchtime. Our school is quite the cafeteria, and most of the students eat lunch there. But there are some old-fashioned students who still bring their own lunches, including myself and the student council president sitting in front of me. Emiya, can I have some of your fried chicken? Our lunch is kind of lacking in protein. Fine. Why is your lunch always so plain, Issei? I know you live in a temple. There's no rule that prohibits you from consuming alcohol or meat, right? Absolutely not. That idea is anachronistic, and this is just how my father does things. According to him, a young priest should not indulge in themselves in luxuries, and if I want to complain, I should do something about it. So I'm actually considering joining the circus one of these days. Ah, that sounds like your old man. Issei's father is the priest at Ryudo Temple, a larger-than-life figure who's also friends with Fujine's grandfather. Anyone who gets along with old man Fujimura can't possibly be normal. Well then, here you go. You owe me. I passed my bento box to him. Ah, much thanks. This is pretty much begging for alms. Issei bows deeply. I honestly question whether I should be reminded that he's the son of a priest at times like this. Actually, let me check something real quick. So this is all... Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, did that... Oh. Social link went down? Social link went down. Whoa. Wait, what? Why? Wait, what was even my choice here? My choice was I woke up and then... Wait, I didn't have a choice. I don't think I had it. Yeah, wait, was this the point where I had like a moment where it was like, what am I gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, whatever I fucking want. And then it just did this. It actually led to a bad thing with her? Wait, no. No, that's not until later. That was over here. Wait, what the fuck was the choice here? I don't even remember that being a choice. Why did I go down? I'm not sure if I'm understanding the social link aspect of this here. Huh. I also don't know how did helping him raise Rin's thing? Not sure if I'm solving the story arc here. Shut up! I also question whether I should be reminded that he's the son of a priest at times like this. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the commotion at the 2nd District? Around the intersection you and I part ways going home. The intersection? Could it be the same intersection where I saw all the police cars this morning? Nah, that wouldn't make any sense. Apparently, there was a murder there. I don't know the details, but only one child out of a family of 4 survived. Both parents and the older sister were stabbed to death, but by some sort of long weapon instead of a typical knives. So this is probably Holy Grail War shit, right? But why are they just like murdering random people? Is it like, are they sucking up their energy or something? Giving them the good old soul suck to get stronger or whatever? Like, why would they like go out and just randomly kill people? I guess I would assume it's because of that, but I don't know. The other one sort of made sense with like the idea of like, well, I'm going to take a big chunk of people and get all their like magic energy that way, right? But just like, I'm going to go and just like break into somebody's house and just murder a few people. It's like, also just to me, it seems insane that like a mages association would be like, I'm totally cool with that. Like, wouldn't they be like totally against a Holy Grail War? Shouldn't they be? These guys aren't doing their job at all. A long weapon? Does he mean a sword or something? If it's a murder and that weapon killed the parents and the older sister, I can't help but imagine it. Someone sneaks in the house late at night. Unreasonable violence. A horrible nightmare the victim neither imagined nor wished for, like a traffic accident. The parents are slaughtered. The older sister falls victim without knowing what is happening. A lone child, hidden in the shadows, is covered in their family's blood. Definitely nothing tied any way to me in my own past. Heisei, did they catch the murderer? Doesn't look like it. Accidents stemming from faulty construction in Shinto, and now murder with something like a sword here. It's no wonder the school curfew is What's wrong, Emiya? Did you choke on your lunch? Huh? Nothing. Why do you ask? Well, you had a stern look on your face, which surprised me. Sorry, I shouldn't bring this up while we're eating. Issei apologizes and tries to lighten the mood. I actually don't mind topics like this, and didn't realize I was looking so severe. And then there's a gentle knock on the student council room's door. Ah, it's this guy. Sorry, is Ryudo here? Eh? Yes. What is it, sir? Mr. Kazuki enters, and Issei steps over to him to have a quiet conversation. Must be a casual student council matter, since Issei looks relaxed. Look at that. It's something I don't see every day. Issei's surprisingly shy. He keeps his distance from classmates and even teachers, but for some reason he's warmed up to the student council advisor, Mr. Kazuki. Maybe they get along because they're both straight-laced. Suishiro Kazuki is the homeroom teacher for Class 2A, and he's very serious and kind of weird. Some part of that is probably why he and Issei get on so well. The two continue to talk. As I watch them, I can't stop thinking about the murder. Classes end and it's time to go home. I can't wander around because I have work today. I shouldn't do anything at school. I should head straight to the neighboring town, but... Maybe the morning's conversation bothered me more than I realized. The next thing I know, I'm at the Kyudo Club. The hell am I thinking? Mizuzuri said Rin Tasaka frequently visits. Well, I hadn't thought of that, but I think it'd be a problem if Shinji got violent against Tasaka. Shinji's unstoppable when he gets mad. Shinji lashing out at Tasaka because she rejected him would be bad. Well, I don't know exactly how, but it'd just be bad. No, Tasaka's not even here. Tasaka's nowhere to be found around the dojo. Mizuzuri worried for nothing. Who's not here? Ah! Who is it? Oh god, it's me! I'm asking who's not here? Issei, who I thought had parted ways with, is standing right next to me. Why are you here, Issei? Don't scare me like that! I saw you snooping around the dojo and couldn't help but come check it out. So, who are you saying is not here? Well, it's Tasaka. I heard she had a spat with Shinji yesterday, so I want to make sure things were okay. Is that so? Giving up more information than you have to is kind of suspicious for you. I only asked you who wasn't here. What? It's none of your business what I do around here. But it's pointless, Emiya. Tasaka isn't here. She cut class today. What? Cut class? So she's absent? I see. Wait, Issei, why do you think she cut class? That's not the sort of thing she'd ever do. Oh, that's right. No, today she spends the whole day sleeping. That's right, because she spent all of her juice, getting Archer. Of course she would. She's not the type to ever get sick. If you want to know what I think, she's bad. Don't let her looks fool you, Emiya, or she'll swallow you whole. I'm sorry the feeling that Issei here might be gay for me. Don't let her sink her clutches into you. I want you. Somehow what Issei's saying irritates me. I may not know Tasaka that well, but I don't think she's a bad person. Watch what you say, Issei. You know Tasaka's not like that. Have you got a secret crush on Tasaka too? My apologies, if so, forget what I said. A secret crush? Like hell? I said with 3 exclamation points. Don't make assumptions. I'm just worried Shinji's going to stir up some trouble. So you came here to sweep in and stop Shinji from attacking Tasaka. You really were going to take on some dirty work for nothing. It's not my place to say this, but you got bad taste, Emiya. And yeah, see, this is, okay, like, this is his feeling and desire to be a hero of justice and his desire to fix things, right? It's like, all right, like, he doesn't, like, honestly, what probably the best thing for him to do is just to fuck off, right? Is to not do anything. Like, in the end, he's not responsible for everybody's actions, but he's inserting himself in here because he feels like, no, I have to do this. And again, that's where the ego comes in. I'm unscathed so far because nothing happened. But Issei, what was that crap you were saying? What? That having the hots for Tasaka is in bad taste. Yeah, that. Tasaka's popular. Haven't heard any bad rumors about her. No, you haven't. And that's what bothers me. What part bothers you? Everything about her. That woman's a vixen, a minx, a monster. Anyway, I instinctually dislike her. My advice to you is to not fall for her. Interesting. Wow. I don't think I picked up that he disliked Tasaka that much when I was in Rin's perspective. I don't think I did. I didn't really pick up on like him being like, You're the one who always warns everyone not to talk about people behind their back. Oh, come on. This hardly counts as gossip. I'm even talking loud enough for others to hear. No wonder I sense people watching us. Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad Tasaka's absent today. Issei, please, can we talk a little quieter? If you say so. Understood. But I'll have you know my words were hardly slander. I just wanted to let you know that I'm wary of Rin Tasaka. Everything I said is just my own personal opinion. Yet you use words like vixen and minx. I'm pretty sure minx is definitely a derogatory term. Don't worry about it. It's a compliment. There are good vixens and monsters too, you know. I simply use those terms to describe her in a good way. Ha! Issei laughs. I'll see you later. I'm going back to the student council room. You're going to your job, right? You really shouldn't waste your time hanging around here then. Issei leaves calm and composed, perhaps because he felt satisfied having said everything he wanted to say. I've known him for 2 years now, but honestly, I still don't get that guy. I wonder. Part of me almost is wondering if actually he's a little gay for Shirou or something. And it's like a jealousy thing, or I don't know. Maybe he's also a servant or a master and shit, and he like knows that she's like magically weird. I don't know. I ride the bus from school for 20 minutes. I arrive at Shinto, the neighboring town across the bridge. Oh, it's not even 5 yet. I still have some time. There aren't many part-time jobs in the residential area of Miyama, but there are plenty in Shinto since it's a developing area. Our school allows students to hold part-time jobs, so I take on simple jobs. I prefer my jobs to be physical, and the tougher and shorter they are, the better. I get paid all while training my body, so it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Construction stuff or something? Today I'll work from 5 to 8 o'clock for a simple loading job. It may just be 3 hours of work, but it feels more like 6, since they make you work without a minute's rest. Which means I need to rest when I have the opportunity, and this just for 10 minutes. Walking around aimlessly would be a waste of energy, so I decide to rest at the park until it's time. This park is nestled between buildings. It's like a giant plaza full of trees and shrubbery. A park should typically be filled with families and couples during weekends and holidays, but this one is deserted at this hour. In fairness, this place is always desolate, no matter the day or time. This place is the same as always. I sigh in exasperation. The area is unkept, and it's really pretty ugly compared to other places that are properly landscaped and maintained. As if the desolate location had set the mood, the wind itself blows cold and harsh. This place is the remnant of the great catastrophe that happened 10 years ago. It's the very place where I was saved from the brink of death. Ah, yeah. That's right, Rin talked about it too when she was here. Why don't they see some grass here or something? It's a shame to keep it like this. The area is quite large, so if they leveled it, there'd be plenty of space to work on the park. I sit down on a bench as I think. With nothing else to do, I stare out over the burned area to pass the time. I don't remember anything that happened here. The only thing I remember is that it was hot, and I couldn't breathe. And that some people died trying to save others. I wonder why that happened. One adult here died because they were trying to save a child from a burning house. Another person was offered all of the available water to extinguish their raw, parched throat, while others in the same situation died. Someone here tried to flee the fire as fast as they could, but the people left behind died. And someone died here because they gave whatever it was that kept them alive to someone they didn't even know. I don't like thinking about that. Just thinking about people trying to help and becoming victims for their trouble makes me angry. Is it too much to ask for everyone to be saved and for them to get their happy ending afterward? All I want is to see people peacefully prevail. Why can't that happen?
That's a tough one. What you're essentially saying is that you want to save everyone.
That was Kiritsugu's response to the question when a very young me asked it. As a child, I obviously refused to accept that idea.
But you saved me, Kiritsugu. I knew you were a magician, and you could do anything. I knew you were a champion of justice who wouldn't let anyone suffer, and you did it without asking for any reward. That's why I've always believed you managed to save everyone back then.
In response to me shouting this at him, Kiritsugu looked more troubled than I'd ever seen him. It says something I remember to this day.
Shirou, saving one person means you don't save someone else. Listen, being saved by a champion of justice only means you're one of the few they managed to reach. It might be obvious, but that's what a champion of justice is.
Yeah, I get that. And now that it's been pointed out, it seems so obvious. Imagine if there was a burglar and some hostages, and the burglar intends to kill the hostages. Under normal circumstances, the majority of the hostages would probably die. But if by some miracle all the hostages were saved, there's someone who didn't get saved. The burglar, of course, since saving the hostages was done at the cost of his life. The people the champion of justice saves are only those whom the champion of justice deems to save. That's why saving everyone is impossible. Even God can't do that. Especially if it's a natural disaster. No person is able to save everyone and everything. The fire 10 years ago was like that. As someone who was miraculously saved from the incident, it wasn't my place to say anything at this point.
I don't think it was a natural disaster, though.
But I still don't like it. I don't want anything like that. I don't like the idea that there's a limitation to who can be saved. No matter how impossible it may be, I need to reach out to help. I can't stand to see people around me die, like back then. If the person I am now had been there 10 years ago, I would have thrown myself into the fire. But then I would have died, and for nothing. That would have happened for sure. Jeez, I can't even fantasize in my head. Oh crap, I can't believe it's already 5. A bell in the distance rings, chiming 5 o'clock. I get up from the bench and hurry to my part-time job. Yeah, he's like, I need to save literally everybody. And again, you have to have an ego to be able to think that you could do that. By the time I'm done working, the sun has long since set. It's a little before 8 o'clock. I finished about 10 minutes earlier because I kind of overworked myself. Maybe it's because I stopped by that park before work. That might have motivated me to push myself harder. At the train station, the night is just getting started. There are a bunch of people milling about, and an endless stream of cars on the road. Guess there's no need for me to get something for Fujine. I walk along the path as I gaze up at a lighted building. It's the biggest building in Shinto, so I can't see all the way to the top. As I gaze at the building, enjoying the nighttime scenery. Oh! Huh? Oh, so this is who was looking up. Okay, so it was him, looking up at Rin. I think I see something bizarre. What is that? I stop and try to look at to the very top. I squint, trying to bring what I see into focus, but it's like staring at grains of rice. Yep. It looks like someone I know, but I can't think why this girl I'd know would have a reason to be there. It doesn't seem like she's going to do anything up there, but she's just standing there, looking down at the city as the wind ruffles her hair. She doesn't seem to notice me down below. Actually, there's no way she could see me. Wrong! Even my near-perfect vision, enhanced with magecraft, can barely distinguish what's up there. I'm able to tell she's up there because she's isolated. But there's no way she would be able to pick me out of the crowd on the ground. She's just looking down at the town. Seems like she's looking for something. I can almost feel her sharp gaze even at this distance. I forget how long it's been, but I continue to look up at the girl standing in the void. She stands at the top of a high tower. She's like a magician, looking down at the surface world with the bright moon shining bright behind her. Oh. And then, she disappears. Apparently done with whatever brought her up there. The rooftop stands empty, and the scenery returns back to nothing more than the beautiful night sky. Was that Tasaka up there? I can't be sure, but I'm probably right about who it was, at least. There aren't many girls I know who stand out like her. And besides, I'm not so out of it I'd fail to notice a girl I secretly admire. It's just, Tasaka sure has a weird way of spending her time. Just hanging up on buildings. Unlike Shinto, there is no sign of people anywhere in Miyama. There's nobody around after 8 or at night, and the town is silent and still. The house I saw this morning stands across the intersection. There are no signs of life. And a no trespassing sign hangs over the front door. In just a single day, the house has fallen quiet, almost like an abandoned building. A girl and her parents were killed by a burglar. I wonder what life awaits now for the single child who survived. I bite my lip, frustrated by my powerlessness. I promised I'd be just like Kiritsugu, but I couldn't do anything, even when something like this happens so close to home. I want to help people, but I don't even know what I can do. I reach the top of the hill where my house sits. I feel like this fervent desire, right, is going to be also maybe what helps him manifest a servant or something. I don't know. This is like, fucking justice, bitch. The lights are on, so Fujine or Sakura are still inside. I'm home. Oh, it's just you, Fujine.
Oh, welcome back, Shirou.
Fujine turns toward me, munching on a rice cracker. The TV is tuned to a lively variety show.
You're home late again. Didn't I tell you to come home earlier since it gets dark so fast in winter?
I am home early. I had to work until 8, so get off my back about that. So where's Sakura? I see dinner's already prepared.
Sakura went home early. She said she had something to do today, so she just came and made dinner.
Really? Okay, and this is the night where we see her out with, blonde guy. Fujine cheerfully replies. As far as she's concerned, anyone who makes her food is a good person. I see. That's probably a good thing for now. It's been dangerous lately, so maybe I'll take over making dinner until the new school term starts.
Objection! You come home so late. So make dinner when you get back. I won't get to eat until after 10.
Couldn't you just eat at home?
What are you talking about? This is my home.
Fujine tilts her head, puzzled. Honestly, I'm not sure if a response like that should make me happy or sad. Sheesh, fine. I know it's pointless asking you to make dinner. By the way, what's that you got there? You didn't bring over more junk, did you? Fujine has a tendency to leave a bunch of junk here. She'll bring stuff like bowls from restaurants that are too big to be functional, an unnecessarily heavy earthen teapot, or a weird guitar that plays itself. She must think this place is convenient storage or something.
Show it to me. I'm going to toss it if it's trash.
This thing, it's just a poster.
Fujine hands me the poster. It's probably a poster of some no-name singer. Let's see. I knew it. It's a poster of a young man wearing a military uniform smiling with his thumbs up, all in front of a cheap-looking blue sky background. The caption on the poster in bloody font. Love's lovely Rangerland. Come to the self-defense meetup. Hey, this is a recruitment poster for a youth group.
I don't want it, so you can have it.
I don't want this either. I quickly roll the poster back up and try to whack Fujine on the head.
Hey, you missed.
However, Fujine counters mercilessly with another poster she'd been holding. Conk. Her poster sword bops me light. Good. Stars. I see stars. What the fuck?
You thought you were going to hit me? You need to up your game if you ever hope to do that.
Ah, that's not the issue here. How the hell's a paper poster make a sound like that? She managed some sort of technique only a true poster master can execute? Here comes the goofy music.
Oh, sorry. My poster's a collector's edition. May have a fancy plate steel. Is your head okay, Shirou?
Fujine, you're going to end up killing someone one of these days.
If that time ever comes, it'll all be good because you'll sweep in and marry me.
Yeah, not a chance. I'm not marrying a natural-born killer.
What? I don't think I'm that violent.
You would be that unaware of your actions. Pray that I survive. I'll have to be very careful from now on if I'm going to have any hope of avoiding being murdered.
Keep talking big, but now I'm hungry, Shirou. I've been waiting for so long, so let's hurry and eat already.
Fujine gets up. What's up with Fujine? She must be really hungry if she's offering to help. Even if it's just helping set the table. Fine. Then you take out the plates and the bowls. You can at least scoop the rice into bowls, right?
Of course I can. Hey, do you think it'll be okay if I use a bigger rice bowl?
That shouldn't be a problem. Sakura's not here today, so we'll definitely have leftovers.
Good. Then you and I will have matching bowls today.
Fujine scoops mounds of rice into the two large bowls. Whatever. I was going to go for a second helping anyway. If I meddle in what Fujine does now, we may really not have any dinner. Besides, this is the kind of chaotic scene dinner at my home has been for years. I'm used to getting this shit kicked out of me. Another day ends. We finish our rowdy dinner, and after I see off Fujine, I take a bath. After that, I head to the shed for my daily training. I complete as usual, and then go to sleep. Jam another rod up my ass. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Today ends peacefully and without incident, and surely will continue for the remainder of this game. Isn't that right? Dun dun dun. Oh, it gives me a save every time a new day dawns. A new demon day dawns by day 3. All right, this is where shit starts to get fucking real, Bobby boy. Wait, what? 3 long night. Wait, what happened? Wait, where did the last day go? Where'd it go? What do you mean we skipped the day? What in the fucking fuck? I'm in a fire. Houses crumble and people burn. No matter where I go, all I see is crimson. This is what I saw 10 years ago. It's a long forgotten memory of the past. I run through the scenery, recreating what happened. I know it's a nightmare, but there's no way to escape. I run and run. I keep running. Every time the scene ends with me as a child running out of energy and getting rescued. I wake up feeling wrong. A hand on my forehead tells me I'm sweating, even though it's winter. Oh, it's late. The clock reads past 6. I hear the soft sound of chopping from the kitchen. Sakura's early again.
Not really the time to be impressed by what an early riser she is. I need to hurry up and get ready so I can help her with breakfast.
Shirou, what are you going to do today? It's Saturday. So do you have work in the afternoon?
No, not today. I might help Issei out. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. I was hoping you could swing by the dojo if you had nothing to do. Because I'm kind of in a bind this month.
Bind? Why?
My bank account's hurting, you see. And it'd be a huge help if someone made me lunch for a while.
Yeah, not happening. It's your mess. You can afford to miss a meal or two.
Huh, wasn't expecting anything from you, Shirou. The only person I can count on is Sakura. Right, Sakura?
Maybe my timeline's messed up. I guess where we skipped a day. Oh. Was it? Maybe that's how we did it for her too then? Did we not do anything on the first? I don't remember. Wait. Actually, may I look if I look at the flowchart? January 31st. February 1st. No, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I'm stupid. I thought we skipped a day there, but we didn't. It wasn't. We started on the 31st, and then and then the last one. I misremember because in my head there was a second where I was like, I thought it changed to the 31st. It didn't. It changed. Then it changed to the 2-1. But for some reason, the memory in my head retained that I thought it was like it had changed from 1:30 to 1:31 or something. So my brain remembered that, not the part where I corrected myself afterward and went, oh no, it changed to the February 1st. And then now we're today. Okay. No, today is the day where shit happens. There she's up there. For a second, I thought the game was like hopping ahead like another day and it wasn't going to show us like the full events, but instead we're going to like recall them or something. But okay, it's not. I'm an idiot.
Yes, if you don't mind having what I have, I can make you something. Ah, good. Let's eat lunch together today.
Breakfast goes smoothly. Today's menu includes the typical size, and the main dish is braised lotus root, konnyaku, and chicken. Sakura probably didn't need to make such an elaborate dish for breakfast, but I'm guessing she made extra to pack for lunch. Sakura's a member of the Kyudo Club, and Fujini is the club's faculty advisor. Nobody was thinking it was weird for the two of them to have the same lunch.
Oh, by the way, Shirou, you woke up late today. Something happened?
Fujine looks my way as she sips her miso soup. As much as she's just kind of out there most of the time, she's pretty sharp about this kind of thing. I had a dream about the past and woke up feeling crappy. And that's it.
Oh, so the usual. Nothing to worry about then.
It's not an interesting topic for Fujine, so she shifts the conversation in another direction. Thanks. That doesn't bother me one bit. 10 years ago, I'll never forget that day. I used to have nightmares a lot back when I couldn't shake the memory of that fire. But as time went on, those nightmares grew less and less frequent, and I've gotten to the point where the dreams don't bother me anymore. I've been told my nightmares were pretty bad back then, though. Fujine was already with us by then, and she's been sensitive about changes in me since.
Shirou, are you hungry at all? Your dream this morning hasn't affected you, has it?
Nope, I'm fine. So quit using my dream as an excuse to try stealing my food.
Oh, I'm happy to see you turn out to be such a strong boy, but I wish you'd wound up a little more gentle.
Right back at you, since I'm basically your younger brother. Kinda wish you ended up more delicate and sweet yourself. We both huff and turn our heads away from each other. Seeing that as a sign that I'm fine, Fujine smiles in relief. Huh. Honestly, I appreciate her consideration. But I know she'll get an ego about it if I say it directly, so I pretend to grunt and protest instead. Sakura looks puzzled by our interaction. Don't worry about it. Alright, I gotta go out and die today. Soon after Fujine leaves, I lock up and Sakura and I leave as well.
Senpai, I won't be able to come help out from tonight till Monday. Will that be alright?
That's fine. Besides, it's the weekend. But you have friends to hang out with, so don't worry about me.
Oh no, that's not it. It really is for personal reasons. So I'm still going to practice at the club. So if you need anything, just come to the dojo and I'll figure things out. And I'm not going out just because it's the weekend. So, please don't get the wrong idea.
What? Doctor is acting suspicious, or rather, she seems nervous. I don't know why, but it's probably just that she can't come over the weekend. Got it. I'll go to the dojo if I need anything.
Yes, that would be great.
Sakura sighs in relief. But the moment Sakura lowers her gaze, her expression stiffens.
Senpai, your hand.
Huh? Sakura's staring at my left hand. I look down and see blood trickling from it. Huh? I pull up my shirt sleeve. Yep, blood. The hell? Did I cut myself with something last night? But I don't feel any pain. Looks like there's a welt on my hand. The bruise stretches all the way from my shoulder to the back of my hand. Looks like a snake that's trying to reach my palm from the top of my shoulder. Ugh. Well, it doesn't hurt. I'm sure it'll go away soon. I don't think it's anything to worry about.
Okay, if you're sure, I won't worry.
The sight of the blood probably made Sakura sick, so she's keeping her head down. Sakura heads to the club while I head to the school building. The schoolyard is filled with athletic club members training. This morning is practically brimming with enthusiastic energy. But something feels strange. Everything in the school is as usual. The students exercising for morning practice are lively, and the new school building is spotless. Maybe it's just my imagination. No, it's I think the seals or whatever, right? The things are going to kill everybody around here, maybe? But when I close my eyes, the mood changes drastically. The building walls feel stained, like membranes have latched onto them, and the students themselves seem like empty dolls. Maybe I'm just tired. I shake my head to clear it and head onto campus. School ends early on Saturdays. Classes end in the morning, but by the time I finish helping Issei, the sun is starting to set. Guess it's time to go home. I pack my bag and leave the classroom. But then... Hey, you're still here, Emiya. I run into Shinji. There are a few girls behind him making a small commotion. I can't believe you're still hanging around when you've got nothing to do. Oh, right. You're still kissing the student council's ass. Look at you. You get into the school's good graces even though you don't go to any clubs. I'm not helping the student council. I'm just helping the school by repairing old equipment, so we all use it. Listen to you. Anything is a given according to Emiya. Did I ever tell you how much you piss me off? Don't remember. Probably wasn't listening if you did. You say that kind of stuff all the time. Huh, I get it. So you're saying you'll fix anything as long as it's something that's in the school, huh? It's impossible to fix everything. The most I can do is take care of things. Then do me a favor. Our Kyudo club's kind of in a mess right now. We've got bowstrings lying around, and the range hasn't been cleaned recently. If you got time on your hands, can you take care of that too? Oh, bitch. I think he's Lancer's master. I think it's him. I think this bitch literally is like, I want to kill fucking shit. I think this motherfucker is setting him up to get killed. You used to be in the Kyudo club, so shouldn't you be helping us too instead of just kissing the student council's ass all the time?
What, Shinji? Didn't Miss Mujimura tell you to do all that? Yeah, you get in trouble if you don't do everything you were told. But all the shops will close if you start cleaning up now. If that guy's offering us, just let him do it. It's kind of mean. Plus, an outsider can't possibly clean everything up. That might not be right. Shinji just said he's a former club member. Maybe we can't let him do it.
The girls behind Shinji are awfully chatty. They seem to be Kyudo members, but since I don't recognize any of them, they must be the members Shinji recruited recently. I'm counting on you then. The key's in the usual place, so just go in whatever. You don't mind, right, Emiya?
No, I don't mind. Got some time on my hands, so it's no problem.
Thanks! So let's go, everyone. This clown will do the boring chores for us.
What the fuck? I don't get it. I legit... Why? Why would I do anything for this guy?
Don't leave me behind, Shinji. Good luck with the cleaning, senpai.
Thanks, bitches.
I cleaned the Kyoto dojo without any problems, since I'm familiar with it. It's a big room, so it took a while. It was kind of fun cleaning the place I used to spend so much time in until a year and a half ago. Midway through, I considered trying to shoot a bit, but decided not to. It'd be rude to the owner of the bow. If I want to shoot, all I have to do is bring in my own bow and visit. I look at the time and it's way past curfew. It's a little after 7. The school gates must be closed by now, so there's no need for me to rush out. Now that I look closely, I don't remember the dojo being so dirty before. There's dirt and grime all over the place, like behind the bow rest in the club room. Well, I guess another hour or two wouldn't make much of a difference at this point. I think he literally, this dude, this dude, Shinji's gonna be the master for Lancer. I think he literally is, he probably made this place extra dirty just to ensure that he would stay here. I've already started, so I might as well clean every nook and cranny, every nook and butthole. What a piece of shit. The wind is starting to pick up. It's so cold, my cheeks start to sting. My ass cheeks. Fuyuki typically isn't cold at night during winter, but tonight's certainly an exception. My breath fogs the air with every exhale. No wonder it's darker than usual. The moon's hidden tonight. I look up and there's no light in the sky. The strong winds send the clouds speeding across the night sky. Curfew is long past and there's no sign of life in the empty school. Not so much as a sound can be heard on campus. Not for long, and it seems to be covered with colder air than any place in town. Suddenly, I think I heard something. I do hear something. Is it coming from the schoolyard? That night under the frosty sky, I guess I just got curious about the sound that broke the hushed silence. So I headed toward the sound to investigate. I go to the schoolyard. Is that people? It looks that way, at least from a distance. It's just so damn dark. I need to get closer if I want to find out more. The sounds grow louder, more intense. I know that sound. It's clashing metal. It sounds like a fight. This is so stupid. What the hell am I thinking? I'm being stupid, obviously. Who would ever fight in a school courtyard with weapons like that? And then, it was probably a gut instinct that sensed the danger. Or maybe keeping out of sight as I approached was just a stroke of luck. Whatever the reason, I hid behind a tree big enough to conceal me, and took a closer look at the source of the sound. Oh, yeah! There, my mind froze. What? I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. A man in red and a man in blue. The two of them are clad in armor so ancient, several steps beyond old-fashioned. It's a ridiculous sight, but the rapid, deadly movements make clear that their fight is no joke. I don't understand. I can't even follow their movements. They're too fast. Their movements look so surreal. My mind can't function properly. The sound of their clashing weapons is the only thing convincing me the two of them are actually fighting to the death. But there's one thing I'm sure about. They're not human. They have to be something else, in the guise of humans. My magecraft training isn't why I know this. Anyone could see that these two aren't human. To start, humans just can't move like that. Nobody should get involved with whatever that is. I can feel their intent to kill, even from a distance. I'm going to die. My body instinctively knows before my brain kicks in that I just won't live if I stay here. My racing heart is proof of that. I can sense they're living things designed only to kill. No knife or blade would be a match for whatever they're wielding. They're clearly meant only to kill. I suddenly remember yesterday's murders. The family that fell victim is said to have been killed by a bladed weapon. Damn! I shouldn't stay and watch another second. But I can't move a muscle. I can hardly breathe. My mind is telling me to flee. But something else tells me they'll find me the second I move. More than any internal conflict, though, I'm just paralyzed. I'm more than 40 meters away from them, but I still imagine getting stabbed in the back with that spear. I can't breathe. The sound stops. The two figures separate and stand facing each other. Like a fucking Dragon Ball episode. I'm starting to feel a sense of relief that the fight's over. Another, stronger sense of malice creeps over me. What? My heart feels like it's shriveled up in my chest. The numbness of my body turns to convulsions, and I clench my teeth in an effort to compose myself. Unbelievable. Who the hell is that guy? A nauseatingly high amount of magical energy flows into the man in blue. Kirisugu once demonstrated to me how to draw in magical energy from one's surroundings. It was a kind of magecraft so beautiful that it impressed even an apprentice mage like me. But this is different. The same way even the simple act of drinking water can look revolting if done excessively. The man in blue appears to be binge eating. The sight is so extreme that anyone with magical energy would find it repulsive. He's going to die. The man in red is dead meat. The attack will be infused with more magical energy than anyone could possibly defend against. He's going to die. Then inhuman, something in the guise of a man is going to die. But can I just let this happen? Oh my god. This motherfucker having his All Might moment, his Deku moment. My body started moving on its own, even though I'm absolutely gonna get fucking destroyed by these two. The question shakes me out of my paralysis. So even if he doesn't know this other guy, or even if he's a good guy, he's still like, I can't let anybody die. Nobody can die. My body is suddenly free and I take a deep breath. Who's there? The man in blue glares in my direction. The man in blue crouches in a way that tells me one thing. I'm his new target. My legs are moving before I even have the thought of running. The rest of my body finally realizes that it's time to flee for my life. And suddenly all my energy is being poured into doing exactly that. I don't remember where I ran through or how I got there, but I'm in the school building. Real genius here. I regret my own actions as I huff and puff. I should have run toward town. I've got to be the world's biggest idiot. Think I can escape by running into an empty building. A school of all places. There must have been other, better places to hide. What the hell convinced me I'd die if I didn't run to begin with? My chest burns from all the running. I turn around, but I don't sense anything pursuing me. The only sound is my own footsteps. I can finally stop. My feet can barely move another step. I gulp down lungfuls of air, trying to slow my heart down, and I breathe a sigh of relief. I survived. What the hell was all that? I try to recall what I just saw as I catch my breath. One thing's for sure, I definitely wasn't meant to see that. Things that looked human fighting in the schoolyard at night. That's all I can really remember. But I'd seen something else out of the corner of my eye. I think there was someone else. I can't remember what they looked like, though. Honestly, I couldn't afford to look at anything other than the two figures locked in combat. But finally, guess our little game of hide and seek ends here, huh? The voice comes from right in front of me. Hey, you ran pretty far. I can't breathe. My mind goes blank. I can't think. But I know that I'm going to die. There's no way out of this. You get that right. Don't worry. It's always like this when you're about to die. Nothing to be ashamed of. And with that, he raises his spear. Sorry, kid. You're just unlucky today. But you saw what you saw, so you gotta die. No mercy, no compassion. His spear pierces my heart. I didn't have time to dodge. No training I ever did prepared me for this. I knew I was going to die. I knew the spear was going to impale me,
but I couldn't move. And was that the spear that he describes at the beginning of the game? Like a flash of light or something? Or no, maybe that's more, might be later. World distorts around me. My body grows cold. Numbness creeps from my fingertips into the rest of me. I cough up blood. Once. I felt like there should have been more, but it was just the one cough. That spear must have been special. My blood slows and grows stagnant. My heart just stops, all from a single strike of that spear. I can't see anything. I don't feel anything. I'm like a jellyfish floating in the dark sea at night. I stopped feeling pain long ago. The world has turned white. I'm the lone dark spot. So rather than being aware that I died, it just feels like everything around me has ceased to exist. I know this. I experienced the same thing 10 years ago. This is what dying feels like.
Dead men tell no tales. The weak dying is just the order of things.
My eyes can't focus.
It's a dirty thing you made me do. After what I just did, calling me a hero seems like a bad joke.
I could only hear his voice.
I know. I'm not complaining. At least I saw the girl's servant, so I'll head back.
He sounds so irritated. Afterwards, I hear footsteps fading down the hallway.
Archer, huh? I want to settle the score. I'm in no position to ruin my master's plans. Damn, my master's a nasty one.
The voice suddenly disappears. He must have jumped out the window. Afterwards, the footsteps I heard earlier stop. There's an awkward silence. Then footsteps again. I can't hear that well anymore.
Go after him, Archer. Lancer will probably go back to his master. We need to at least find out what his master looks like.
I don't know who's talking. I muster up all my concentration as my mind fades, but I still can't put my finger on it. All I can hear now is the sound of my breathing. My lungs must still be functioning. I hear a loud whistling sound coming from my mouth, like a passing typhoon.
I'm impressed he's not dead yet.
It's as somebody peering into my face. My breathing must be loud as the person reaches their finger out to try to close my mouth.
Stop. Seriously, why does it have to be you?
Whoever it is, they grit their teeth, seeming troubled. The moment I hear that sound, the person touches me without hesitation.
Forging and replacing an entire heart. Honestly, if this works, I should be a shoo-in for the clock tower.
The clock tower, what? The voice sounds distressed. But at that moment, my fading consciousness finally flickers to nothing. Sensation returns to my body. Slowly, little by little, my bodily functions return, like dewdrops trickling down a leaf. Drip, drip. What's going on? The person hovering over me is sweating, intensely focusing on where their hands are pressed against my chest. The next thing I know, the palm over my chest grows extremely hot. It's so hot, my corpse jolts and my cold, stagnated blood starts to flow again. I can sense the person take a deep breath and sit down.
I'm beat.
Clink. I hear something fall.
Well, I guess I couldn't help it. Forgive me, Father. Your daughter is just an extremely heartless person.
That was it. The person mocks himself and leaves. My heart resumes beating, and then I finally pass out. But it's not the everlasting sleep I expected. I fall into a slumber, bound to wake again. There's a lot of flashing. What's going on? I wake suddenly. I feel sick. My entire body aches. Every time my heart beats, a sharp pain stabs my head. What happened? My intense headache prevents me from remembering anything. My body is cold and stiff, likely because I've been sleeping in the hallway for a long time. The only thing I can figure out is that the chest area of my uniform is torn, and my blood stains the hall floor. My head feels hazy as I get up. The spot where I've been lying looks like a murder scene.
Damn. Seriously? Was my chest stabbed?
I fight down a surge of nausea as I head into a nearby classroom. Staggering, I open a closet and pull out a rag and bucket.
Huh? What the hell am I doing?
I'm still confused. I encountered something unbelievable. Then it murdered me. But here I am, still trying to clean up after myself. How stupid can I be?
Damn, it's not coming out.
I wipe at the floor with a rag I found. I managed to wipe off the blood, despite the incredible weakness of my whole body, and gather up everything scattered around the floor and shove it in my pockets. This may be my way of hiding any evidence that I fucking died. I must be doing such stupid stuff because my head's all hazy. I put the rag and bucket away and staggered out of the school like a zombie. My body heats up with every step I take. It's so cold outside, and my body seems to be on fire. Making my way home. By the time I reach my house, the date has changed. There's nobody in the house. Sakura and even Fujine left long ago. I collapse on the floor. Lying on the floor is what lets me finally calm down a bit. I inhale a deep breath. My heart feels like it cracks every time my chest expands to draw in air. Actually, it's the opposite. It's not that my heart is cracking. The hole in my heart was just patched up, so expanding my chest opens the wound.
So I really was almost killed.
That's also not true. I wasn't almost killed. I was killed. But someone saved me, and now I'm alive.
I wonder who it was. I would really like to thank them.
If they were in the area, it means they could be involved with the people fighting. But it still doesn't change the fact that they saved me. So I need to thank them properly one day. The moment I drop my guard, the pain returns. At the same time, nausea strikes me. I sit up to hold the nausea at bay. I place my hand on my bare chest where the uniform is torn. I might have been saved, but my chest was, as a matter of fact, pierced. That feeling. The agony of the spear tip piercing my chest isn't something I can easily forget.
Damn, I'm going to have nightmares about this for a while.
When I close my eyes, I feel the spear thrust again. I try to shake that delusion off and make every effort to regain my composure.
Good. I'm calming down.
This must be thanks to my nightly training. My thoughts clear as I take slow, deep breaths. The fever and nausea abate a bit.
So, about what happened?
The man in blue and the man in red. They looked human, but I know they're not. They could have been ghosts of some kind. But I've never heard of ghosts having forms that allow them to interact with humans like that. And the thing was talking, which makes it a little harder to believe it was a ghost if it had a will of its own. From what I've heard, the only spirits that possess physical bodies are the elemental types, but I thought elementals didn't look human. Well, that's not the issue here. There's a more fundamental issue. Those two were trying to kill each other, and there was a robbery and a murder at a house nearby. Eerie stuff like that has been plaguing Fuyuki lately. With all this in mind, the only conclusion I can come to is that the situation is out of my control.
If only the old man was alive right now.
I guess I was kind of whiny, but I'll put it down to the patched up chest wound that still feels so raw.
Idiot. I've already decided to do whatever I can, even if I don't understand what's going on.
I can complain later. First of all, I need to decide whether I should get involved or not.
The bell on the roof of the house rings. No matter what anyone says, this house is still a mage's house. A bounded field is set around it. If there's ever an intruder in the area, an alarm rings. Oh, fuck. Yeah. A burglar at this hour? I berate myself for my own idiocy. Of course it's not a burglar. Given the timing, right after that weird incident, there's definitely an intruder. It's no burglar. It's an assassin. They're here to take a life, not property. Because that man said so himself. You saw what you saw, so you gotta die. The house is dead silent. That same murderous intent I felt at school creeps closer through the hushed darkness. I gulp. A chill prickles like needles along my spine. It's no illusion, and it's not my imagination. I know that the moment I leave this room, I'll be stabbed again. I desperately try to contain my scream. The instant I scream, the assassin will just leap right in and kill me. And that would just be a repeat of what happened before. I'm not prepared. I'm going to be impaled again. My breathing grows labored as soon as that thought crosses my mind. I'm mad. I'm mad at myself for being afraid. And I'm mad that I put myself in a situation where I'll so easily lose my life after it was saved earlier this same damn day. I grip my teeth and hold my hand tight over my wounded chest to restrain myself. I need to get used to this. This is the second time. This is the second time I'm about to die. That alone motivates me not to die so pathetically like last time. Am I not a mage after all? If I can't even defend myself from this, what were my 8 years of training for? Fine. Bring it on. I'm not going to agonize over complicated things anymore. Right now, I just need to drive away whoever's here. I need to find a weapon. I may call myself a mage, but the only thing I can do is reinforce something that might work as a weapon. You need a weapon to fight, after all. There's plenty of things that might work as a weapon in the storehouse, but I'm not anywhere near there. If I leave the living room and get ambushed, I'm just going to expose myself. It'll be a repeat of what happened earlier. It won't be easy, but I've got to find a weapon here. Something long and thin would be good. My opponent's weapon of choice is a spear, so a knife would be all but useless. A wooden sword would be best, but I obviously don't have one just lying around. Something around here that might be suitable as a weapon. Whoa, there's only the poster Fujine left. Really? I can't help but feel utterly dejected, but the desperation makes me all the more determined. The situation is so bad it can't really get any worse. Then all that's left for me is to move forward until I have no energy left. Trace on. I speak my incantation and I inject magical energy into the rolled up 60 centimeter poster. And try to imbue as much magical energy as I possibly can to the poster to solidify it, since it needs to work as a weapon to go up against that spear. Oh. Wait a minute. What did the poster say? It was like... They said you have to use something that ends up being a remnant or something, or is related in some way to the person you're summoning, right? So what was it? Oh, that's way too long ago. What? It was just for like a youth club thing though, right? Doesn't tell me anything. Okay, go up against the spear. And now he's full of like a fuck ton of magic energy, right? Way more than he ever had before. Composition, analyze. I focus my consciousness. Magical energy permeates the poster as if I'm staining its fibers with my own blood. Composition, reinforce. I feel that I've hit the end. Right before magical energy spreads throughout the poster and spills out, I say, trace off. I cut off my connection with the poster. I tremble with excitement. The poster is hard as steel, but its weight remains the same as before. It's turned out great for a hastily improvised sword. I did it. How long has it been since my strengthening magecraft succeeded? My magecraft hasn't worked ever since Kiritsugu died, and so for it to succeed at a time like this seems ironic. Either way, now I may be able to defend myself.
I at least have some discipline in swordsmanship. I grip the poster with both hands and stand in the middle of the living room. If I stay here, I'm dead. But I don't think I can make it outside the mansion either. So I just need to head to the shed and make a stronger weapon there. Phew. Just as I was starting to hype myself up, every hair on my body stands on end. I'm not sure when he got in, but the guy drops from the ceiling straight towards me. What? A silvery flash strikes my head from above. I can only assume he came through the ceiling, and he descends on me, meaning to skewer my head. What? You? I roll forward in a frantic dodge. The man lands within human grace as I clumsily roll out of the way. I stop myself quickly and get to my feet, makeshift sword at the ready. The guy turns lazily, looking bored. You're making this whole thing kind of a pain. I was trying to be nice, thinking it'd hurt a lot more if you saw me kill you. He shifts the spear to his other hand in a slow, fluid motion. I don't know why, but he doesn't seem as aggressive as he did at the school, which might give me a chance at escaping him. I can't believe I have to kill the same human twice. Guess the living world is a meat grinder, no matter the era. He's complaining to himself, like I'm not even here. I slowly retreat back out of the room. Only 3 more meters until I reach the window. I'll run out, and it's only about 20 meters to the shed once I reach the yard. Then I should quickly... See ya! Don't want to run anymore, kid. He says it almost absentmindedly. Like it was just an afterthought. Gah! Pain shoots at my right arm. It all happened in an instant. He thrust his spear forward, not even giving me time to react. I should have died for a second time right there. The makeshift sword in my hand spared me that fate. He probably thought I'd just been holding a rolled up paper. Okay, no, it's not the poster that summons SABER. He struck as if I hadn't been holding anything at all, but the reinforced paper sword deflected the attack so it only grazed my arm. Huh. Interesting trick you've got there, boy. His expression goes blank. His casual attitude from earlier vanishes entirely. He watches me now like a feral animal eyeing its prey. Crap. I was clearly wrong, thinking things would be okay. This thing before me is some kind of demon, unbound by logic. I keenly realized that letting my guard down even for a second was beyond ludicrous. That's right. Desperate as things are, I should have just made a break for the window right after whatever miracle let me dodge a strike from above. I thought you were just some kid, but I can sense a bit of magical energy from you. So that's how you're alive even after I stabbed you in the heart. The end of his spear points toward me. I can't block that. There's no way I'll be able to block that swift attack. I could have at least braced myself if he had a sword, no matter how fast he might be with it. But he's holding a spear. A sword is a whole line, but a spear is only a point. How am I supposed to block a point when I can't even see how fast it moves?
Fine. I'm going to have a little fun.
The man drops into a lower stance. In a flash, the spear swings in sideways. I instinctively parry the blow into my face.
Good boy.
Come on, here comes another. It's a cyclone. Not sure how he's moving his spear in this small room, but it traces a beautiful arc without even touching the walls. Ah! The next one comes from the opposite side, aiming at my torso. The force of the swing bends my makeshift sword as I try to parry it. Monstrous. Is that a hammer he's swinging? Damn. The numbness of my arms is telling me they might be broken. What? You? Huh? I instinctively swing my sword. He must be mocking me with the way he keeps flicking his spear at my sword without drawing back at all. Numbness creeps into my arms after going on the attack. My makeshift sword bends even more, and the man's spear changes trajectory slightly.
You're hopeless. I gave you an opportunity, but you wasted it. Then again, I guess expecting a good fight from a mage is asking too much. He moves like this is just a game. Such confidence. He'd been letting me take a swing at him after he took a couple of shots at me. I wasted my one opportunity as nothing more than a stopgap. So he sees no point in continuing this. What a disappointment you turned out to be. Okay, time to die, kid. The man raises his spear again.
Don't jump to conclusions.
During that microscopic opening,
Say what you want, dumbass.
I don't turn back to look. I just leap backward through the window. My back shattered the window and I roll out into the yard. I roll a few times, spring upward, and I blindly make my next move. I twist my entire body and swing behind myself. I manage to bat the man's spear aside and he hesitates for just an instant. I knew it. If I jumped out the window, he was going to have a chase after me. And he would catch up to me and then go in for the kill before I had the chance to get up. So I expected his fatal blow and swung my sword to the side with all my might. It was a risky move. He'd have killed me if I'd even been a second late. And I'd been just as dead if I was early too. But knowing the incredible gap in our skill, I figured there was no way I could have been early. The only thing I had to do was get up as quickly as I could and parry the attack I knew would be coming at my back. The gamble pays off and my swing deflects his spear. Ah! I quickly reposition myself. Now I just need to run to the shed while he's still confused. Fly. Huh? He's not holding the spear anymore now, and he's right in front of me. He turns on the spot in a roundhouse kick. Oh! Scenery goes flying by. My chest goes numb where he kicked me. I can't breathe. The biggest surprise? I'm actually flying through the air. Never thought a guy kicking me would send me into the air like a damn ball. Oh! I fall hard onto my back. I slam into a wall, the impact likely breaking my back, and slide down to the ground. Oh, my spine! I can't breathe. My vision blurs. By a stroke of luck, he's thrown me into the shed I wanted to reach. I lean against the wall trying to rouse myself. I try to track the man through blurry eyes. He kicked me nearly 20 meters away. The guy picks his spear up and rushes straight at me. I'm going to die. There's nothing I can do now. He's going to reach me. If I don't want to die, I need to get up and parry his hit. The tip of the spear surges. I can't even look back at him. My body on the verge of collapse, practically greased the spear. Get on your feet, if you're a man. What dumb luck. My knees give out. I can't hold myself up. The spear goes over my head and violently impales the shed's heavy door, pushing it open. And this is my last chance. If only I could get inside the shed, there should be something I can use as a weapon. I crawl into the shed on all fours. Just then, this ends now! He launches the spear at me. Damn you! I block it. I open up the rolled up poster to create a single-use shield. Huh? The impact makes a dull sound. The poster, unrolled, probably isn't as strong. It blocks the spear, but it tears apart, returned to a normal bit of paper. Damn! This motherfucker used up all his 9 lives. The spear's impact flings me against the wall. I fall on my butt and try to get my heart beating again after it feels like it's trying to quit on me. The moment I raise my head to try to grab something to use as a weapon. It's over. But that last move of yours surprised me, kid. The man points his spear in front of my face. I can't do anything else now. His spear is pointed directly at my heart. I know this feeling. It's the scent of death,
assailing my nostrils, reminding me of the pain I felt a few hours ago.
Honestly, I don't get it. You're quick-witted, but your magecraft's complete shit. You've got potential, but maybe you were just too young.
I don't hear the man's voice. My attention is focused on the weapon pointed at me. Obviously. The moment he thrusts, I'm dead. What else is there to think of at this point?
I doubt it, but maybe you were the seventh one. Either way, this is the end for you.
His arm jerks. I wasn't able to see his movements earlier, but now I see every last one in slow motion. There it is. Here it is. There's a bolt of silvery light. The tip seems like it's being drawn towards my heart. Blood will gush from the wound in just a second. I know this feeling. That sensation of iron piercing my body. The taste of blood that will well up in my throat. That feeling of the world around me fading. I experienced all of it earlier today. And now I'm going to have to experience it again? Really? I don't understand. Why do I have to be the one who goes through this? This is bullshit. No, I can't die in vain in a place like this. I was saved. If I was saved, I can't just die like this. I need to live, to fulfill my obligations. I won't be able to do that if I'm dead. The spear is still going to impale me, though. The tip will tear through my flesh, break my ribs, and bore into my heart. I'm mad. It shouldn't be so damn easy to kill people like this. I'm going to die, and it's bullshit. I'm going to die twice in a single goddamn day. Everything is fucking bullshit. I'm going to die, and I didn't even have the opportunity to be afraid of this whole goddamn mess. No way in hell. I'm not going to let myself die senselessly to the likes of you! Huh? Is absolutely the right word for this moment. What? Like magic. A figure appears out of bright light shining from behind me. I can't think. All I know is that the figure is a girl. I hear a high-pitched sound. And the moment that the figure appears, it pushes aside the spear pressed to my heart and steps between me and the man without missing a beat. Are you effing kidding me? The seventh servant? He tries to regain his composure after his spear is pushed aside as the girl brandishes something in her hand. Sparks fly. Hard metal clashes and sparks fly again. The man stomps his foot after blocking the woman's attack. He must have realized he's at a disadvantage because he leaps out of the storehouse with bestial agility. She must intimidate him, but she quietly turns towards me. The wind is strong today. The clouds slide away and the moon shines through for a brief instant. The silver moonlight shines into the shed, illuminating the girl who appears like a knight. I'm speechless, and it's not because I'm confused by all the things that just happened. The girl before me is so astonishingly beautiful that I'm at a loss for words. The girl's eyes, like precious jewels, stare at me without emotion.
I ask of you, are you my master?
Her voice sounds so valiant. Master? I can only repeat her words back to her. I don't understand what she's saying, nor do I know who she is. So no, he doesn't know shit about this. Never mind. Thought maybe he would, but nope. All I know is that this slender, delicate-looking girl is similar to the man outside. She says nothing, continuing to look at me in silence. I don't know how to describe her. She's special. So special that I forgot entirely about the man outside, even though he might attack at any moment. Time seemed to have stopped. Even the fear of death I'd felt moments ago vanishes, and there's only the girl standing before me.
Servant Saber, I have come in response to your summons. Master, please give me your orders.
It's the second time she speaks, and the moment I hear the word master and the name Saber echoes in my ears. Pain shoots through my left hand. It's hot, like being branded by an iron. That was cool. That was a cool achievement moment there. Become Saber's master. It was like popped up in the bottom right. I unconsciously press the back of my left hand. Taking that as a sign, the girl silently nods her beautiful head.
Henceforth, my sword creates your destiny, and our fates shall be intertwined. And thus our contract is formed.
What? Contract? For what? I'm still a mage in training, so I understand what those words mean. But the girl doesn't respond to my question. She simply looks away with the same grace she'd shown when she nodded. She turns towards the shed's ruined door. Outside, the man readies his spear. She moves faster than expected. The girl in knight's armor leaps out of the shed without hesitation. What? I forget about the pain I feel and I get up to follow her. She can't possibly go up against that guy. No matter how heavily armed she is, she's smaller than I am. And she's a god. Stop! The echoing clang drowns out my words. What? I can't believe what I'm seeing. My head really goes blank this time. Who the hell is she? The clash of swords echoes around me. The moon slips behind the clouds, and the yard grows dark once again. And within the darkness, sparks fly as steel strikes steel. Cool sound effects. Without saying a word, the spear-wielding man meets the girl who leaped from the shed. She parries his spear and knocks away his other successive attacks, driving him back with each attack. I can't believe it. This girl Saber is somehow overpowering the man. The battle has begun. What happened between that man and I earlier doesn't even count as a battle. A battle? That's a fight between two people, each able to kill the other. No matter the difference in ability, it can still be called a battle as long as both are able to kill the other. In that sense, these two are fighting a battle. The man attacks her, swinging his spear so quickly I can't even see his strikes. Somehow. She parries his every attack perfectly with something as she closes in on him. Yeah, she's like using some like invisible sword. Damn! The man backs up slightly, clicking his tongue hatefully. He holds the spear vertically to ward off her attacks on his side. Cool! For a moment, his spear glows. His attack almost looks like it caused an explosion. The man's spear sparks as if electrified every time whatever weapon the girl is wielding strikes it. The man and I both could tell what it is. Its furious magical energy so dense it can actually be seen. Her attacks are charged with incredible amounts of magical energy. The unbelievable amount of magical energy crackles along her opponent's weapon every time they make contact. The sheer force of her attacks must be staggering. Yet the man's spear strikes are precise like a sniper rifle. Her blows must be like the overpowering blast of a shotgun. Each of the girl's attacks bathes the yard in flickering light. And yet, that's not what's overpowering the man. Coward! Why are you concealing your weapon? The man curses at the girl as he evades her unrelenting attacks. She doesn't respond other than to step up her attacks with her invisible weapon. You! The man retreats, having hardly so much as a chance to counterattack. Her weapon is invisible. I wonder if is that something she's just doing, or is that like an indication of what her weapon is or who she is? Without being able to determine the weapon's range, it'd be reckless to go in for an attack. That's the trouble with an invisible weapon. But she's definitely got something in her hand. I can't make out anything of its shape or length. Maybe it's transparent to begin with. No matter how many times sparks fly from it, I never got to look at the weapon's profile. Parrying her strikes must be taking a lot out of the man. His movements aren't as sharp as they had been. It's the first sound the girl makes. She attacks all the more furiously. It's a merciless, unyielding dance of blades. The flying sparks remind me of a blacksmith striking iron. And the spear-wielding man continues defending himself as he disapprovingly clicks his tongue. Honestly, I can't help but to admire the man, even though he tried to kill me. He's able to defend himself from an invisible weapon, relying only on reading the girl's swings and footwork. But that's all he can do. When an opponent is so completely on defense, the only thing you need to do is beat them down. The girl steps in closer. She smashes down, striking with all her might.
Don't get carried away, fool!
Seeing his chance, the man disappears. Or rather, he retreats back as if to disappear. The girl's swing cuts through the air and smashes into the ground, kicking up dust. Her master's swing, which seemed to be a fatal blow against the cornered spearman, proved easy to dodge.
That fool! What the hell is she thinking?
Even I could tell what had happened, even at this distance. Her careful, precise attacks earlier may have worn the man down, but the tremendous swing meant to deal the finishing blow wouldn't ever touch him. The relentless attacks must have put incredible strain on the man's body as he tried to defend himself. Yet he suppressed that pain for a single moment to jump away. He knew that her last attack would determine the victor. The man jumps back several meters and comes in to strike once again the moment his feet touch the ground. He jumps in a triangular pattern and leaps towards the girl as if revisiting his steps. The girl's sword is still embedded in the ground. It's a fatal opening. The red spear returns in less than a second. The girl twists her body around like a top. While her sword is still embedded in the ground. The whole thing happens in a matter of seconds. The man sees his mistake and tries to correct, as the girl uses this brief moment to use her whole body to attack.
Cool, boy. God.
Both the man and the girl seem unsatisfied, though. Both struck, intending to kill. Both survived, so everything leading to this moment was in vain. The two open a bit of a distance between themselves. They both just quietly stare at each other. The strain the battle inflicted on them seems to be too much.
What's wrong, Lancer? Would you tarnish the name of all warriors of the spear by just standing there? If you aren't going to attack, then I will.
Running to your death already. Fine by me. But let me ask you one thing first. Is your noble phantasm a sword? He phrases his question so bluntly. He glares as if to look through her.
Who can say? It might be a battle axe, a spear, or sword. Perhaps even a bow.
Keep talking, Saber. Somehow this conversation seems to be amusing him. The man called Lancer briefly lowers his spear. It looks as if he's saying he doesn't want to fight anymore. The girl seems puzzled by Lancer's move, but I know what his stance means. I remember the fight at school a few hours ago. It's the killer move that was supposed to have ended the battle. I'm going to ask you one more thing. This is the first time we met. I want to call it even for now. Not a bad deal, right? Your master over there looks pretty useless. And my master's a big coward who won't even show their face. Don't you think it's in both our best interests to hold off fighting until we're in better conditions?
I refuse. You will die here, Lancer.
Is that so? Man, I just came here to check things out. I wasn't going to stick around once a servant appeared. The air wavers. Their surroundings appear to distort. Lancer lowers his stance. A chill creeps into the air. The same thing happened earlier. Magical energy rumbles as it forms a vortex at the tip of the spear.
A noble phantasm.
The girl readies her weapon and glares at her enemy. I don't need to speak up. She knows very well how dangerous the enemy is. She is the one confronting him. See ya. Your heart is mine. beast kicks the ground. Lancer appears in front of the girl so quickly he may as well have teleported. He takes his spear and aims at her feet. Even to me, that seems like a poor choice. I can't see any way an attack would be effective with the spear pointed at the ground in front of her feet. Apparently thinking the same, the girl leaps over the spear toward Lancer, intent on striking him down. But at that moment... Gay. Gay. Say what? What'd you say? His words alone radiate immense magical energy. He's doing it. Bulge! He's whipping out the gay bulge. The spear released from below angles toward the girl's heart. Her body hangs in the air. The blow sends her flying in a wide arc. She smashes heavily under the ground. Ow! Damn, I didn't realize she was injured before. When she went after Rin and them. Didn't seem like she was. She's bleeding. She'd been unscathed until now, but her heart is pierced, and she's bleeding profusely.
A curse? Or a reversal of fate?
I'm just as bewildered. But watching from afar may have given me a better perspective on how bizarre the attack was. The spear had been aimed at her feet, I'm sure of that. But then it just changed direction, moving and stretching impossibly to pierce the girl's heart. And yet, the spear itself neither stretched nor changed direction. It seemed bizarrely as if the spear had been thrust into her chest from the beginning, almost naturally. It wasn't as simple as the spear changing its trajectory and piercing the heart. The spear didn't change course. It altered truth itself to make that happen. What the fuck? The moment he spoke those words and released his spear, the intent of piercing her heart had been realized. Essentially, his attack reversed cause and effect. What does he fucking think he is, Giorno Giovanna? The result of this attack piercing the victim's heart is predetermined. So the spear's trajectory is merely an afterthought to establish the facts. It's a demonic splinter that breaks through all defenses. The moment it determines the target, the spear pierces the heart every time it's used, without exception. How can anyone defend against such a completely insane attack? No matter what effort the target makes to evade, the spear will always pierce their heart, which makes it fatal. An accursed spear that always pierces the opponent when used. However, the girl evades by a hairbreadth. The spear did penetrate her, but it didn't hit anything vital. Her actions in evading the spear seemed even more impossible than the spear itself. The moment the spear was thrust, the girl turned in reverse direction with an incredible effort of will and strength, as if she knew what was going to happen. She was either incredibly lucky or had just enough protection to dampen the spear's curse. Whatever it is, the girl manages to avoid the fatal blow and so survives the Lancer's ultimate attack. The girl tries to get her labored breathing under control. Although she had been losing a lot of it, blood stops seeping from her wound, and even the wound itself is closing up. Whoa, really? So this is what a truly extraordinary person can do. I knew she wasn't normal, but she's more than outstanding. In terms of her skills in fighting against Lancer, in terms of the credible amount of magical energy used for every attack, her body recovering on its own, she's obviously superior to Lancer. But that's only up until now. She may be healing even now, but her wounds are deep. If Lancer attacks now, she won't be able to defend herself. And yet, even though he's at an overwhelming advantage, Lancer doesn't move. He audibly grinds his teeth. And he glares at the girl. How the hell did you evade my fatal gay bulge, Saber? His voice seems to rumble up from the ground itself. It's just her size comparison. It shows how much shorter she is. She is tiny. Look at her.
You said gay bulge. So you're Ireland's child of light.
It's funny. I guess do all of these people these folks know fiction from each other? I mean, granted, I have no idea specifically who she is or what era she's from, compared to his era. It's like, would they just know the other people that are from other historic eras or fiction or whatever? Lance's expression darkens, but yeah, she's basically figured out who he really is. Cuckoo-la-choo! Cuckoo-lan. His hostility dissipates and he clicks his tongue in annoyance. Damn. I screwed that up. If I pull this move out, it's really gotta be fatal. Sometimes being famous is a bit of a pain, you know?
The oppressive mood lightens. Lancer no longer seems to have any intent of attacking the wounded girl. He turns his back as he walks to the corner of the yard. Kind of surprised, actually. Why don't you just, try to go for the finisher there?
Now that my identity's been revealed, the usual servant rules say we should fight to the death. But, like I said, my master is a coward. They even tell me to retreat since my spear failed.
Oh.
Are you running away, Lancer?
Yeah. Follow if you like, Saber. Just know that if you do, I'll kill you.
He lightly bounces off the ground. Shunpo! It's a wonder how agile he can still be, but Lancer jumps effortlessly over the fence and disappears before anyone can stop him.
Wait, Lancer!
The injured young girl turns and starts running in pursuit. You gotta be kidding me. I cross the yard as fast as I can. If I don't stop her, she'll go after him and maybe get herself killed. It turns out I don't need to chase after her. She tries to jump over the wall, but the moment she crouches to jump, she doubles over and grabs her chest. I hurry over to check on her. Well, I intended to just approach and call out to her, but that went right out the window the moment I got near her. She is completely unbelievable. The shining silver armor she wears looks extremely heavy. The clothing she's wearing, dated as it is a bright, vivid blue. I've never seen anything like it. No, her clothes are not what really enthralls me. She's absolutely beautiful. Damn! Shirou got the immediate hots for her. Her golden hair illuminated by the moonlight. It's always the blonde hair, right? Is extremely fine as spun gold. Her face is graceful with a trace of innocence, and her smooth white skin all but glows in the moonlight. I'm speechless. Her beauty completely takes my breath away. How did this happen? Seeing a girl wounded in a fight made me absolutely furious. Oh, me big mad. As I stand there gawking, the girl remains silent, her hand clamped over her chest. I manage to quit staring pretty quickly. She lifts her head and lets her hand fall from her chest, her pain seeming to have eased. She looks directly at me. I don't know quite how to respond to that gaze, but then I notice something. Your wound's gone? Yeah. The spear missed her heart, but it did pierce her chest, yet there's no outward sign of a wound. I've heard there's a kind of healing mage crap, but she didn't seem to use anything like that. That must mean she can heal herself, no matter how wounded she is. I was like, I don't remember her having that when she chased out Archer. My mind switches gears. I shouldn't be gawking at her. This girl's unbelievable, and I absolutely should not let my guard down around her until I know who she is and what's going on. Who the hell are you? I take half a step back as I ask the question.
What do you mean? I'm Saber. I'm a servant. You are the one who called me here, so you needn't ask.
Saber? Servant?
Yes, so please address me as Saber.
She's not telling him who she really is. She says it so casually. There's a touch of contempt in her tone, but it remains mostly gentle, and hearing her voice makes my head go blank. What? Why the hell am I getting agitated? I see. That's a weird name. I cover my burning face with a hand and respond stupidly, but I honestly don't know what else to say. Besides, how else would she respond when I just ask her what the hell she is? It'd be rude for me not to respond. I'm Shirou. My name is Shirou Emiya, and I live here. There's something wrong with me. I'm saying the dumbest things. But, well, she did give me her name. It's only polite that I give mine. Yeah, sure.
Maybe you should go out with me later.
I know I'm confused, but it's still important to remain rational no matter who I'm dealing with. The girl, Saber, just keeps watching me in my confusion. She moves not an inch. Forget all that. It's not what I was asking. It's that...
I know very well that you are not a typical master.
Eh?
Yet you are still my master. As long as we have formed a contract, I will not betray you. You need not be on your guard around me.
I don't know what that means. Crap. I hear her, but I couldn't be more lost. The only thing standing out to me is that she keeps referring to me as master. got it wrong. My name's not Master.
Very well. Then I will call you Shirou. Yes, I like that better.
The moment she said my name, I thought my face might actually burst into flames. Isn't it a bit more normal to call someone by their last name when you first meet? Wait, why would you choose to address me that... Ouch! A strange sensation tingles through my left hand. It's hot! Oh! The back of my hand is burning. A strange pattern appears on the back of my left hand like a tattoo. What?
Those are called command spells, Shirou. There are 3 spells which command a servant's obedience. They are a master's very life, so please use them carefully.
On you?
Shirou, please heal me.
Her tone is cold now. It seems she's not focused on me, but something else elsewhere. Wait, are you asking me? Sorry, but I don't know how to use complicated magecraft like that. And you're already healed anyway. Saber frowns. I feel like I've said something that disappoints her.
Then I shall face them as is. Regeneration has only repaired the superficial damage, but one more battle shouldn't affect me.
One more battle? What do you mean?
There are 2 enemies outside. From what I can sense, I'm sure I can defeat them in a few seconds.
Saber leaps over the wall effortlessly. Just like Lancer, she makes it look easy. And now I'm just alone in the yard. Enemies outside? I realize what she means as soon as I say it. Wait, are you going to keep fighting? I move without thinking. I run as fast as I can toward the gate. All right. I'm like trying to find a good place to stop, but it just keeps going. It's really good though, right? It's really good, but I think this is probably the best place we can stop for now. Damn. Wow. Cool. The writing is very good. It's really cool. It's actually, even though we're not like, they're not obviously showing like a ton of action, like even the description and the scenes and the sound, like the CGs they do use and the sound effects and like the movement of like objects and stuff to like simulate it is really well done. And so it makes it feel like I'm watching some fucking rad shit. Very effective. Cool. Very cool. So she didn't immediately introduce herself by her actual name. I wonder if she will though. Like, here's the thing I find interesting is that I almost don't like, I'm not even sure, is it even like a good idea to tell your master who you are? Because to be honest, your master is generally going to be your weak link, right? They're not going to be anywhere near as powerful as you. So if they someone got a hold of them, right? They essentially, well, I mean, I guess if they die, I think that the servant also dies, right? But like, I don't know. I could also just see them kind of being the weak link. So is it even like a good idea to tell them like who you are? But I guess maybe you need that in order for them to unleash your full power, right? Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, cool. Very cool. We have almost reached the present. We're almost there. We've almost been caught up. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this episode as much as I did. It was probably a bit of a long one. If you did, please do leave a like and a favorite. It really does help me out. And subscribe if you're not already. Become a Picky Penguin aboard the SLP, where the day's always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.